to the highest recorded food prices in history. President Biden asking Congress for nearly $100 billion in emergency aid after disasters, including Hurricanes Helene and Milton. House Speaker Mike Johnson says Congress will evaluate the request. A first-in-the-nation congestion pricing plan wins approval after a hearing in New York City.
Much of the public supported it.
Our transit infrastructure is at a breaking point. Congestion pricing is how we fix it.
But there were still skeptics
who worry that the funds will just go into a black box.
But New York's Metropolitan Transportation Authority approved a $9 charge for cars to get into parts of Manhattan. Governor Kathy Hochul lifted a pause and lowered the price from $15 last week. MTA CEO Janno Lieber says buses and subways will benefit.
The transit system is the lifeblood of New York, but I also think it's the pride of New York. Even when it's imperfect.
Funds raised will go to fix those imperfections and be a model that other U.S. cities may consider exploring.
Fox's Gernal Scott. The new tolls set to take effect in January, but could still face legal challenges. America's listening to Fox News.
Hear that? The sound of your antique fountain pen gliding across linen paper as you journal in the park. And if you were here, you'd be inspired by the warm breeze. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the wind in your face on the road is all the inspiration you need. So if you ride, get a quote and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Now that's inspiring. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation welcomed U.S. Army Specialist Brent Menard into a new mortgage-free smart home in Florida. Now, while on a road clearance mission in Afghanistan, Brent's vehicle was blown up by an improvised explosive device. Brett became a T4 paraplegic. Tunnel to Towers built him a specially adapted smart home that allows severely injured heroes like Brett to live more independently. We hope you'll donate $11 a month so this great work can continue. Just go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How's it going? With Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, and sports raconteur extraordinaire, the mechanical bagler at the controls. It's Flounder. It's Monday. Look out. Yeah. Here we go. Step by. And I'm fired up, boys. I just, you know what it was? The long story, but terrible weekend in many ways, wonderful in many ways, terrible in many ways, and a rather bizarre turnaround because of the stupid Trump dance. It's the damnedest thing. Something happened in my head, and it's just I think something's going on. In fact, I'm looking now at Fox News and that naughty little Martha. What's her name? Martha Vandella. Martha. What's her name? That naughty little blonde.
Yeah, Martha Vandella. That's
Martha.
Her name.
Somebody. Martha. Oh God, I can't remember. Boy, does she look hot? She looks about 20. You know why? It's because her hair is kind of flat. It's like flared. It looks like she just got off the dance floor or something. Sorry. Sorry, I got distracted. Oh, and now the homewrecker couple, Mika and Mr. Mika, are on the field. Oh, my God. I know I'm not a young man. It's over. Oh, God. Oh, I've been sick. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, how's it going? Here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. By the way, I'm sure the happy dance, I'm telling you, something happened. We're going to talk a lot about that. Also, the home wreckers sucked it up, and I guarantee you they were ordered to go to Mar-a-Lago. There's no way in hell that all of a sudden, they're laying around in bed, after the sodomy and everything and saying, honey, I think let's go to Mar-a-Lago. Let's do a little Mar-a-Lago. Oh, God, let's go see Don Trump and talk to him and see if we can make friends again. Yeah, I'll bet that's what it was. Yeah, they said, gee, you know what? Why don't we, on our own, decide to go? Yeah.
Well, my thought is, if their ratings suck, maybe management's being like, you've got to suck it up and go.
Yeah, exactly. So. NBC and Comcast made them go, I guarantee you. One, because either they want to stop the horrible loss of the ratings or get ready to sell it. I mean, kiss it off, So anyway, that's my thought.
MSNBC during the week is averaging 75,000 people for their shows. That's in the top demo, 18 to 54. On the weekend, their shows are only getting 30,000 viewers.
Yeah, they should be getting millions. I mean, it's outrageous. Yeah. And again, their whole idea behind it, remember, all this happened over the last, it's been because of social media and the iPhone and everything, and all of a sudden the Democrats and the Trump down the escalator, and it's all peaked now.
It's a culture shift.
Exactly. The culture shift began several years ago. We didn't didn't really think about it until all of a sudden everybody's got a cell phone, so everybody's now reacting to everything. So, but then social media, everybody started, the liberals all got in touch with stuff, and the culture went, well, now it's the happy dance is now popped the balloon. I'm thrilled about it. Oh, God, I get settled down. I was... Well, so we got that. Also, the Lincoln Riley case, we'll do a quick update on that as we begin the program. Also, the Daniel Penny trial in New York, the Marine in New York who saved those people, and they want to put him in prison the rest of his stinking life. And they say, well, okay, only 16 years if it's okay with you. Yeah, I tell you, if they find him innocent, I'm going there. Also, the happy dance, the cheering crowds. I mean, it's just, if you didn't see it or maybe you saw it, you're going to hear it again. And it just does my heart good. Also, the CNN panel saying, I love these people. Here's what's killing me. The bottom line of this, from my thought about this today, is remember the Democrats had nothing. They performed a coup against Trump. They performed a coup against their own guy. And then they put in the most ridiculous, ill-prepared candidate in the history of presidential politics, if you think about it. And she got creamed. And the only thing they had was to try to be the campaign of joy. Remember the campaign of joy? And these are the people who turned the campaign of joy into hate speech and Hitler and Nazis and fascism and division and all that kind of stuff, while Donald Trump became the campaign of happy. I mean, what a turnaround. How the hell did that happen? I mean, think about it. The campaign of joy, and boy, the parades and all this stuff, and all of a sudden, wait a minute, that's not true. So the whole thing flipped around. But I think just as funny as hell to me. So we'll talk about all that kind of stuff to do. And the campaigns, and we got all this stuff. Now, hold on a second. Also, backlash on Coca-Cola. I definitely want to talk about the Tyson fight, which I did not see. What? Were you laughing already?
You and millions of others didn't see it.
Apparently, and I mean, how the hell could they have blown that? Couldn't they have known they needed to have people be able to dial on the stream or whatever the hell it is?
I don't think they knew how many people at the last minute or so, the last hour, would subscribe. I think they were blown away.
But I don't understand. Do they have to rent a stream number, or I mean, how can
they own the?
Well,
the
then why did they not have enough? I mean, it's theirs, right?
Incompetence.
Well, I'm serious. In other words, when they say, okay, we're going to broadcast this thing, so there's a camera, and it does what? It goes to a streaming service?
No, the problem is they didn't have enough servers ready to handle all the people coming in
that's what I'm saying.
Demanding it.
Well, that's just ridiculous. I mean, it's their stuff. How could they not be? God. Well, I'm glad they were idiots.
And they're bragging about doing the NFL games on Christmas Day. If this happens on Christmas Day on NFL games, they're history.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway, so we'll talk about the fight and stuff like that. And frankly, I'm upset. I'm really angry, and I think I think the fix was in, and not that they were going to get their money no matter what. But I think it was fake, and I think it was not real. And I'm ashamed of Mike Tyson. I'm going to think about it now as raping Desiree Washington. And yes, I know she went to his hotel room, and she probably wanted to make out with him. Maybe she wanted to make love with him. Maybe she even wanted to be the. But still, you don't just take her. You don't just take a woman. I mean, you just can't do that.
Well, we don't know what happened that room.
Well, but still.
But I lost respect for him because I had forgotten he has a Che Guevara tattoo on his belly.
Yeah.
And even up to that point, I was pulling for him, and I thought, no, I hope Jake Paul kicks his ass at this point.
Anyway, so we'll talk about it. The whole thing just makes me ugh. Also, two quick newsy type questions, and then I got a bunch of personal stuff, and we're already 309. Again, our number, 404-741-1230. Oh, wait, hold everything. We've set this show up a little bit. Pete Davis, the Mountains of Macon, your weekend, sir.
Well, I've been doing a lot of gloating the past week or so.
I knew that, especially at my demise, but that's good. It's good for you to feel better. If anybody should feel better, you should instead of me, So
I know you had to bring that back around to you, but just for a second. I've been, because since Ole Miss beat Georgia, which only happens once every 8 years.
There you are.
And President Trump won the election. I've been doing a lot of gloating, and people have pointed it out to me. So my doctor has prescribed me some anti-gloating ointment.
Oh, I've never heard of that. Anti-gloating ointment?
Yeah, I can't wait to rub it in.
Okay, yaka. I believe it's inserted anally, if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead, let's turn the camera over there.
Well, yours is.
Yeah, all right.
With the doctor,
I'm going to do it. Dr. Vinny Boom Ba. Put your pants over there next to mine. I don't know. Come on now. And the man's a dentist, for God's sakes. That's horrible. It's the worst dentist in America. right, look out, 310. Now, Flounder, your weekend, sir? I know you had a little a fun outing at one of my old haunts many years ago.
Played a little golf on Saturday with some high school buddies, and then me and Veronica did a little shopping.
Oh, and what sort of shopping?
House stuff, looking for carpets, or not carpets, rugs and stuff like that.
Was this a trade-off?
Yeah.
You got to go play golf if you went shopping later?
No. I don't mind going because, I mean, since we just purchased a home, I want to find stuff in there that I like as well.
That's
so, I mean,
at some point,
you have a choice.
And it was at Home Depot.
Yeah. Again, this is good and new. And in about 6 or 8 months, when she says, "Oh, honey, can we go to the Container Store?" Oh, yeah, I want to really a lot, honey, but I got this thing over there that they invited me to the
bath.
Yeah, bed bath. Oh, anyway, 311-404. Was it 741-1230-1230? And Keith Callen died on this day 22 years ago. Keith Callen was our traffic reporter. The perspicacity, ladder in the roadway. I mean, how many things do we know from Keith Callen?
Cornucopia.
If you have no idea what I'm talking about, Keith Callen back in the 90s was our. We were doing some really very high-rated radio shows back in those days, and Keith Callen was a traffic. Well, we were. I mean, I'm being humble. And Keith Callen was a very famous traffic reporter guy. He was the guy.
Traffic guy in Atlanta.
Yeah, he was. He was the man. And he was he had some peccadillos, but he had some health problems, and at 51 years old, he was at the Gwinnett Medical Center and died. He passed away from heart failure. And I mean, what a shock! I mean, just a shocker, absolute shocker. I remember getting a phone call, and I mean, I didn't answer my phone. I didn't have my phone on me when I got all the messages. Out, holy cow! And again, that was one of the early. That was 22 years ago, 2002, and I remember. This kind of goes to show technology. Back then, there was no Waze, but there was Google Maps, and so I left the radio station. Was it the radio? His wake, I think, was during the week, and I was at the radio station. I was going to go to the wake after the radio, after I got to the funeral. The funeral. It was a funeral. And I was going to, I was coming from Atlanta, from downtown, from the station or something. I forgot what. And so I put in Waze, there was no Waze, Google Maps, and they sent me to the wrong street, to the same street named like 80 miles away. And I got there as it was all over, and I did get a chance to give my condolences to his wife and his widow and his family and stuff like that. But again, that was the early GPS type stuff. I'll never forget that thing. But again, a sad day. 22 years ago, Keith Callen passed away at 51 years old. The guy. Perspicacity, ladder in the roadway. Oh, man. He was the best. 313, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Also, I got a number thing. I've done this before, and it happened again last night. I didn't sleep last night. It was kind of bizarre. Coming up, also politics and the stuff. A quick update on a couple of trials, and then it's happy time, the fun thing, the cheers, the crowd. They're going crazy, and that's not even about us, ladies and gentlemen. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 313 442. Fuck yeah.
Following this historic election, the news from the left is louder than ever.
Toxic personalities don't have political affiliations.
Which means you need voices you can trust to make sense of it all. XTRA 106.3 is dedicated to earning that trust every day with trusted local and national voices, Atlanta radio legends like Neil Bortz and the Kimmer, and the international resources of Fox News. This is your community and your voice. The conservative voice of Atlanta, XTRA 106.3 FM.
And speaking of happy, by the way, I can't help smiling because I'm going back to Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles, my dentist. First time I went to her was, I say, 30 years ago. Again, the only 7-year-old dentist, ladies and gentlemen. It must be true if she's been doing this for 30 years or so, and even more, actually, before that. Dina Giesler, Atlanta Smiles. Who doesn't like a great smile? By the way, last time I talked to her, she made the mention of the fact that we are outliving our teeth. In many cases, 100 years ago, it didn't matter that much. But boy, taking care of your teeth now. I've had all that kind of stuff. I've got a couple things happen here because of my age, and then things wear out. So I'm going to get a little thing down there and stuff like that, and it's going to be great. Because one thing, you walk in the door and you start smiling. This is the happiest doctor's or dentist's office you've ever seen. I'm not kidding you. And it's filled with Kimmer babes. And by the way, I should make a mention about this. These are women. These are professional women. There's a guy there too. Okay, but these are. office of mostly professional women who are just Kimmer babes. They're happy. They love what they do. And they're not offended by me saying, boy, I love coming here to talk to you Kimmer babes. They have a big smile and they're just happy. They're just happy professional people. It's nice to see once in a while. Anyway, Atlanta Smiles. Dentistry with cosmetics and veneers and cleaning and bridges and crowns and whatever you can think of, they can do it. Veterans, she's a veteran. She was a Navy officer dentist, top 1%, a master dentist, by the way. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call this number, Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. Ask for the doggy. They'll give you a little doggy to keep you comfortable while you're getting your teeth done. I'm not making that up. It's the sweetest thing you ever saw. On the web, atlantasmiles.com.
Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turf Co. to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turf Co. was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turf Co. to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
Foundation repair isn't pretty, but at Atlanta Ramjack, we make it easy. If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with the repair. Why call us? Foundation repair is all we do. We have highly trained estimators that will thoroughly evaluate your home and only recommend what is needed. If you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to firstlibertyga.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
What if I told you that you could get the engagement ring and wedding bands of your dreams in up to 10 grand in your hand? Jaron Solomon here from Solomon Brothers Jewelers to announce our incredible Takori Bridal event, November 22nd through the 24th at all 3 Solomon Brothers locations. During this event, we will be offering up to $10,000 cash back on your Takori engagement ring and wedding bands, or 3 years interest-free financing. Your choice. Takori will be bringing all new, never-before-seen, handcrafted pieces that you are sure to love. And we're not stopping there. For the first time ever, Solomon Brothers will be including GIA-certified diamonds during this promotion. So put some diamonds on your fingers and up to 10 grand in your hand during our Takori Bridal event, November 22nd through the 24th at all 3 locations, Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. Shop us online at SolomonBrothers.com and on Instagram at Solomon Brothers.
Here we go. Phone call coming up. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. AC/DC. Well, I don't mean to say Flounder's AC/DC. That'd be ridiculous. Man's getting married. 319. There we go. Look out. 2017 to this day, Malcolm Young died, the Australian musician and songwriter. He was 64. Young was the best-known guy as a co-founder, rhythm guitarist, backing vocalist, and songwriter for AC/DC. Malcolm Young, 64, dead, except for a brief absence in 1988. He was with the band from 1973 until retiring permanently in 2014. 3 years later, he was dead. He was born in Glasgow. Family emigrated to Australia. Confirmed he was suffering from dementia. What a shame. You know, I'm hoping, I'm probably sorry, shouldn't even say something like this, but I'm hoping that if you have dementia, And you don't know, and the reason you die is because your mind doesn't tell your body to keep breathing or whatever it is. But I'm hoping if you have that dementia that you're in a happy place and you're just, and you don't know what's going on. And so there you go. I hope. I mean, I'm hoping. 320, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. To the phones. Lori, you're on the radio, baby. How's it going? What's up? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, guys. Well, I just want you to know I was strolling and I get a notification from Truth Social, and I always glance down, and it said that those two had went to Mar-a-Lago to see Trump.
Yeah.
And they had video of them. Well, Mika said, Joe never opened his mouth. She's telling they going down there. I reckon he had so much crow in his mouth he couldn't open his. Would you love to be there to see that? I hope they filmed it. I hope we get to see them sitting there talking to Trump.
Well, I doubt it. Although, I have to believe that they were forced into this. There's no way that they suddenly said, gee, let's go see Donald Trump and try to make nice. Give me a break.
You have got to look it up on Truth. So it is hilarious watching her explain.
Yeah.
Why they're going down there.
Yeah.
So hilarious. It made my day.
Well, always a pleasure, Laura. You have a great time, sweetie, with happiness all about that. We're going to talk a lot more about that. In fact, a lot of reaction on social media about that. And I can't wait to... it's just... anyway.
And the dance. And they're losing their mind over everybody's dancing.
In fact, we're going to hear some from CNN panelists, and we got a whole bunch of stuff here just to kind of... I'm so happy about that. And by the way, Lori, I don't know about you. Donald Trump is really taking the high road. We'll talk about that in a couple of minutes here, too. He's really taking the high road, saying, I'm not going to go after the media. We need all to work together, and I'm saying, please. Boy, it's a good thing I'm not in charge. It'd be just I would punish them forever.
I'm like, get them all. All
right, sweetie. Laura, you have a great day, baby. 322, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Yeah, I don't think with the thing there. 106.3, of course, on your fabulous Monday. We have to continue with the actual Kimmer program. Linda Evans' birthday today. Oh, my God, is that correct? I got to get to the freaking doctor. Linda Evans is 82. Crystal Carrington on Dynasty. Well, she was in Big Valley, which is the big, tall, big, beautiful blonde with that snotty. Who was that snotty actress on Barbara? No, not Barbara.
Stanwyck.
Barbara Stanwyck, yeah. Oh, man. She was nasty. And she was a great actress. I mean, she won all kinds of awards. And back in the old black and white movie days with, all those old 50s actors and stuff, she was a
Double Indemnity.
Yeah. Fred McMurray, who was a comedian actor. And anybody who had no idea that, wasn't he Mr. Blubber or something, or the famous scientist or whatever?
Flubber.
Yeah.
Flubber.
But he was a murderer. I mean, he was a character. Anyway, Linda Evans, 82. Years old. Well, good for her. And let's see, one more thing. Oh, this was kind of sweet. It was all strictly personal. I hope you don't mind, but I put a whole bunch of videos on my Facebook and also YouTube videos, website, or what do you call them, things today, because it was on this day in 1985. If you follow my furry creatures on my YouTube and Facebook, you know that Jack the Good Boy had his own special kitty. And his name was Hobbs, now together across a rainbow bridge. But this was the day that Bill Watterson began his comic strip about a 6-year-old boy named Calvin and his stuffed tiger named Hobbs, which was Jack's kitty. And they would hang out together. That little kitty would there, and Jack would lick him and play with him. And that kitty would come out in the rain to follow me and Jack around just to be with Jack. That's just the damnest thing you ever saw. And I put a couple of videos on there today just for fun. 324, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. A couple of quick trial updates, and we'll have some fun, Flounder. We're going to play some of those sound bites on the... I mean, it was like... I can't help getting over the fact that the Campaign of Joy was a bunch of horrid, racist, divisive, scandalous, vicious, nasty stuff, and Donald Trump turns out to be Mr. Happy all over the place, and the nation's going crazy. First of all, a couple of quick updates. I got to get my phone here because I got so many sources for stories I can't keep them track of them. Okay, the Lake and Riley case is continuing here today. And hold on a second, I got the Lake and Riley case. A former roommate of the alleged scumbag, the Venezuelan killer, implied today that the pair wound up in Athens where they were staying until he murdered her and raped her thanks to a humanitarian flight out of New York City. This guy lived with the Laken's accused killer and 2 other men in an apartment in Athens, suggested through an interpreter that she, Ibarra, and an unknown number of others traveled to Georgia after requesting a flight from the Roosevelt Hotel in Manhattan, which was established as a temporary residence site for migrants arriving in the Big Apple. among a humanitarian flight before Laken Riley was attacked and brutally had her skull caved in for 18 minutes. Other testimony today in the Athens courtroom. Prosecutors say he hunted for females on the campus. Testimony this morning from the apartment questioning of his brother. Camera presented in court showed wearing a black hat. Prosecutors say matched the one seen in surveillance of a man throwing a jacket into a dumpster with blood on it and DNA on it. The guy testified he saw scratches on the suspect's arms, on his hat, where was dirt transferred from Laken Riley's body. The brothers shared clothing. Apparently, the defense attorney is going to try to pin it on the brother. So they're going to say, well, see the guy who put the thing in the dumpster? He's a little fatter. I don't think that was the suspect at all. I think that was his brother. And others say, well, they used to change clothes, so there's something that could have been on the brother's clothes, so we don't know really who did it. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm going to pick up.
Courthouse steps.
Oh, man, torches. All right, sir. One more quick thing, and then I'll be fine. Everything will be fine. I'll tell you about my rather bizarre evening experience, too, if that helps explain things. Okay, the Daniel Penny trial. Again, this is the former Marine, once a Marine, always Marine, obviously, who saved a whole bunch of people from the subway platform, and the scumbags wanted to try him for murder and that. You know the whole story. Well, the Marine veteran returned to court today for the manslaughter trial. More motions to declare a mistrial after the star witness, a girl doctor named Cynthia Harris, with a medical examiner once again brought up the word homicide. Well, you can't say homicide in a case where it hasn't been proved homicide. It's like a prosecutor saying to somebody on the stand, well, tell me, when you saw the dirty, rotten, slimy murderer slash that person's throat, were you upset by that? Sir, you can't really convict him without even saying anything. So anyway, this girl doctor, obviously a freaking liberal, trying to convict the guy by using the word homicide, and the judge has warned him before. When discussing the cause and manner of death, she said, Dr. Graham reviews all homicide reports. The judge said, you're not supposed to say that. The comment will be stricken. Well, once you ring the bell's rung. Prosecutors say he went too far, held him down until he died. He banged in the subway car, threw his jacket on the ground, made erratic death threats. Penny's not getting a fair trial. Number of objections. The prosecutor trying to paint him as a white vigilante. Improperly allowed a witness named Johnny Grimma, a homeless scumbag, for convicted of bashing somebody with a baseball bat, calling Daniel Penny a murderer on the witness stand. He hasn't even been accused of murder. Wiley denied the request, also told Penny's team, I see what you're getting at. Oh, my God. Before the jurors got there, both sides talked with the judge about additional evidence, including a police report about a scream. Oh, my God, I hate these freaking prosecutors, these liberal stinking scumbags. Here's what they're trying to do. They're now arguing over this. Before jurors entered the room today, the sides discussed with the judge entering additional evidence, a police report that described Neely, the bad guy, as a screaming man, as opposed to screaming when police arrived. Okie doke. This is what is going on in court right now. Okie doke. All right, 3:20. All right, fine. Let's have some fun here. We're going to have a little fun here. Okay. Holy smile. We'll get to the Scobro thing. All right, here we go. John Bones Jones. Holy moly. Doing the Donald Trump dance. Bones Jones kept his undisputed UFC World Heavyweight Championship title, beat some guy named Miocic over the weekend, celebrated with an homage to President-elect Donald Trump, who was ringside, broke into Trump's signature dance moments after landing a spinning back kick to this guy's ribs, ending the fight. Cut number 2, Flounder. Let's have a little fun here today, if you would, sir.
He did the Trump dance. He did the Trump dance. Spinning back kick to the body, followed by the Trump dance.
Yeah, and how about this? Tulsi Gabbard, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Don Jr., Eric Kid Rock, Vivek Ramaswamy, Jelly Roll were there when John Bones Jones handed Donald Trump his UFC title belt. And the other guy's going to retire. Anyway, here's what it sounded like. Cut number 3, Flounder. It sounded like when Donald Trump, the king is here, and the crowd knows it. Number 3.
And ladies and gentlemen, look who is now making his way to the world-famous octagon, flanked by UFC CEO Dana White, 45, soon to be 47, President-elect Donald Trump.
so loud in here. It is so loud. It's always loud when he comes here, but now that he's won, now that he's the president again, oh my God.
Chance of USA. I mean, honestly, it did my heart good. And I was sick all weekend. And honestly, this morning, what, Flounder?
Real quick, this is audio of Joe Jones thanking Donald Trump after the fight.
I love it.
I also want to say a big thank you to President Donald Trump for being here tonight. Can I get a Hey, what do you guys think about my version of the Donald Trump? Check it out. USA, let's go.
I love it. I love it. It's a mood swing. Something's happening. Football players. I mean, it's all coming up. Kim Pete Flounder, 331 404 741 1230. Happy
No
Monday.
one's afraid anymore.
I know it. My country's back. I don't have to be afraid of pulling my gun every time I walk down the freaking street with these people attacking me and stuff. Oh, my God. It's morning in America, people. It's morning in America. Well, it's actually 331, but no, it's fine. It's fine.
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, 'cause you're in a new town. There's no need.
Atlanta radio legends, proud military vets, national network experts are all on XTRA 106.3.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months.
With live and local shows in the morning and afternoon, and the biggest conservative hosts in the country throughout the day. We are always here with the latest news and opinions you need.
There's no chance if the media and the Department of Justice and social media are all against you.
No traffic interruptions, no former shock jocks, just Atlanta legends you've turned to for a generation. The conservative voice of Atlanta. XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA app.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand and Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions. Each brand brings savory, sweet deliciousness to every meal. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand and your Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Hey, Roswell, looking for the perfect bite this football season? Head on over to Nucky's Hoagie's Roswell Corners, where every sandwich is crafted with love by us,
the Sub Sisters,
Stacy
and Shannon. Whether you're looking to cater a football tailgate party or grabbing lunch to go or dining in, we've got delicious Nucky's menu items for you. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagie, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, with the freshest ingredients that'll make your taste buds dance.
Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell Corners on Woodstock Road your new favorite sandwich spot.
I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but the cold air is coming fast. That means a couple different things to me and you. Energy bills will be rising and company coming over for the holidays. Dan Watkins here with all Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows. It's time to get your house ready for the winter air and your holiday visitors. The good news is that we have you covered for every opening in your home. So call us today to set up a free estimate with one of our amazing sales consultants. They'll help you pick out the perfect garage door, front door, and windows for your home.
As the year comes to a close, now is the perfect time to evaluate your estate plan to protect your hard-earned assets from the high tax rates. Nelson Elder Care Law is here to help you keep your assets secure for future generations. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid planning, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, we protect what matters most to you. Schedule a free legacy planning meeting today to discover how we can help families just like yours. Don't let the government decide how to spend your money. Contact us at 678-250-9355, 678-250-9355. Or visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com. Nelson Elder Care Law, your partner in asset protection.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. We all know that Affordable Care Act is hardly affordable. Those pricey health insurance premiums are killing me. Hey, if you could save up to 60% of your current monthly premiums and get better coverage at a price you can afford, if you're self-employed or self-insured, a small business owner, you got that COBRA thing going, I got a guy, Steven, the health insurance doctor, can easily solve your health insurance dilemma. Steven will customize a comprehensive, zero-deductible, nationwide PPO something. I don't know what that is, but he sure does, and it's available immediately. You can have the freedom to choose any doctor or any hospital, save thousands of dollars of annual premiums, enhance benefits like dental, vision, cancer, accidental policies, and stuff like that. Many current clients are saving more than $10,000 a year. Call my guy, Steven, the health insurance doctor, and see how much you can save. 678-523-0759. There's no charge. It's free to you. You don't have to pay him. Health insurance doesn't have to stink anymore. Call Steven, the health insurance doctor, 678-523-0759. Online, healthinsuranceDoctor.net.
Hey guys, Donald Trump Jr. here with urgent news. The world's central banks are making unprecedented moves, and it's time to pay attention. In 2022 and 2023, they bought more gold than ever before. And now in 2024, the trend is accelerating. Why? Because central banks have lost faith in the dollar. And in these uncertain times, gold is the ultimate safe haven. If you too are worried about the dollar, I urge you to take similar action by diversifying your IRA or 401k into gold with my trusted friends at Birch Gold Group. To see how it works, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word hedge to 989898. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust. They provide an easy process to roll over your 401k or IRA into gold without losing your tax advantage status. So text hedge to 989898. That's hedge to the number 989898 to get your free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold.
Here we go. Look on now. 337. How you doing? Kimmer beating full on there. Happy Monday. Well, Michael Jackson here for you. But on this day, 2003, there was allegations of sexual abuse of a 12-year-old boy, and police raided Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. Michael Jackson denied the allegations. A search came on the day that his latest greatest hits album, Number Ones, was released in America in 2003. And, of course, he never did anything wrong, and everybody was all lying about it the whole time. 337. I would never touch a child. Oh, my God. I never really had a childhood. Your whole life was a childhood. You got an elephant and a giraffe, for Christ's sake. Sorry, I didn't mean to say. I shouldn't have said that. I mean, seriously, the man never had a childhood. What are you talking about? Okay. Our birthday list includes Chloe, is it Savigny? Chloe, the girl actress. Chloe Savigny, I don't know, she's 50. She looks like a freak to me. She looks like there's something wrong with her. Maybe she's real sexy appeal to most people, but she's weird.
She was in that Truman Capote miniseries a few months back, and she's kind of, she's different.
Yeah, Lizzie, she was Lizzie Borden in the movie Lizzie. She was Dr. Alex Lowe on AHS Hotel, whatever that is. Bill Paxton's second wife, Nikki, on Big Love. I don't know. Chloe Savigny's 50. Anyway, just in case you are a fan of hers, I have no idea. And on this day in, I got a phone here because I got double sources on this one. Here we go. On this day in 1963. Good night, Chet. Good night, David. Huntley Brinkley take on the Fab Four and the Screaming Teeny Boppers. It was on this day a report about the Beatles and Beatlemania in England is aired on the U.S. TV show The Huntley Brinkley Report. This is early Beatles stuff. The commentary was the following, quote, "One reason for the Beatles' popularity may be that it's almost impossible to hear them," unquote. As it turned out, somebody erased that audio, but the report's gone, but the audio still exists. They would make a taped video appearance on the Jack Paar program. That was the late night show back then in 1963. The following January, they were on Jack Paar, and their famed first live appearance on U.S. TV was on the Ed Sullivan Show in February 1964. The Beatles, and the NBC News covered them the first time, saying anything. The fact is, nobody can hear them. 3:39. Now, to stay in history, we just talked about this silly goof. They got thing and okay, back to the actual. Can I tell you something stupid? This is a number thing. I swear to God, it's a number thing. I don't know what's going on with me. I mentioned before that whenever I reach into my sugar box, just a box of my sugar packets. I bring out 4.
I thought that was a euphemism for a second. Sorry.
Yeah, a little Molly sugar box. It's a special
sugar walls.
Yeah, it almost made you think I came up with enough cash to get me a weekend woman. Well, not yet. I'm definitely working on it. Ever since they took down that back page or back form, whatever that thing was. Anyway.
Stop talking.
I don't even know what that is. That was the damnedest thing I never used that hobby. Never, because I was afraid of going to jail. Anyway.
Move on.
Okay. My stomach was killing me I don't know what's going on. It's like a tumor or something. And I felt like crap and all things. I tried to go to bed like at 9:30 last night, honestly. And this is a true story. This happens. The damnedest thing I ever saw. I actually woke up every hour. On my nightstand, I have my lamp and my a couple of guns, a switch for the barbed wire extremities and the tear gas, security stuff. And I also have my books, and then I have my clock radio. And last night, I was in bed before 10. I woke up at some point in the 10 o'clock hour, tried to go back to sleep. I woke up in the 11 o'clock hour. I woke up, it was like 12:23 or something, as I recall, at midnight. I woke up at 1 o'clock something. I woke up at 2 o'clock something. And then I woke up at 3:33, and the next time I woke up was 4:44. And I just thought that's the damnedest thing. And one time,
supposed to make a wish.
One time, I remember just about a couple of years ago, I did wake up and looked at my clock. It was 3:33. The next time I woke up, it was 4:44. And I swear to God, if I'm not lying, it was 5:55 the third time I woke up. And I said, thank God there wasn't a 666 on the clock, because that freaked me the hell out. And last night, 3:33 and 4:44. I don't know what that is. I don't know anything. It's just kind of funny. All right, 3:42. Okay.
666, you would have woken up somewhere else.
I wouldn't have woken up at all. I got a feeling it would have been just still burning. The happy stuff. Honestly, I saw this video over the weekend, and again this morning, I'm hearing the video, the audio and stuff coming in, and it really just made my life. I've been sick as a dog, haven't slept, and I feel great. I got a second wind all of a sudden. I thought, man, something's going on in America. think about it. Football players. God, I'm sorry. Brock Bowers. He was doing his cool Trump celebration. All the football players are doing it now on touchdown celebrations, stuff like that. Brock Bowers used to, of course, the University of Georgia star, now playing for the Las Vegas Raiders. Scored a touchdown pass late in the third quarter from Minshew. He was seen on the broadcast doing the move as the Donald Trump dance. And Bauer said, I've seen everybody doing it. I watched the UFC fight last night, which we played for you a minute ago, and John Jones did it. He says, I like watching UFC, so I saw it and I thought it was cool, said Brock Bowers. After he was asked that question, the Las Vegas Raiders ended his availability to talk to the media. The 49ers defensive end Nick Bosa started doing the dance last week after he sacked the thing, and teammates joined him. And Bosa was asked, all the guys wanted to know. He says, I think you know the answer to that. I wasn't even going to do it, but the guys reminded me, and it was fun. And as far as why they took Brock Bowers' availability away after he talked about Donald Trump dancing, my God.
That taking away his free speech?
It's unbelievable. What are you talking about?
He has a contract, so...
Well, now,
it's a private company.
Well, now, you have a different take, Pete? You look like you're kind of poo-pooing
No,
this thing.
I think he should do it. They're probably cracking down on him because all of a sudden they don't want to be political after they've been nothing but political for the last 10 years.
Well, the Butker kicker thing, probably.
He had something that was promoting something, the MAGA thing, where the dance is totally different than something that says.
Yeah, but they're making it. And now, if you dance like Donald Trump did, somehow you're now what, a white supremacist or a Nazi again? Here we go. My God.
We're on the offensive here. Screw them.
Exactly.
Keep pushing.
Exactly. In fact, I can't wait. In fact, this next thing, this did my heart good. These people can't take a freaking joke. Did you see, and of course you did, see the picture of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Mr. Healthy Food Guy, sitting in front of a Big Mac and a large fry with Donald Trump and his son? I mean, oh my God. And they're going crazy on the left about this.
It doesn't mean you can't have a McDonald's burger every now and then.
It's unbelievable. I mean, and I'm smiling. Again, this is happy. This is them saying, oh, look at this. We got Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in front of a Big Mac and fries, because you know he'll probably never take a bite of it. But it's funny. It's fun. It's happy. It's up. It's showing, okay, we're all, okay, we had a thing and now it's a thing, so let's all work together and have a thing. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And the left is going freaking crazy. Absolutely crazy.
It's trolling.
Here's some of the just quick couple of reactions. The picture of the plane with Trump, Musk, Donald Jr., RFK Jr., and by the way, Mike Johnson is photobombing all the. Have you seen the videos lately? The Speaker of the House is in all of them. Anyway, all holding a Big Mac, fries, double quarter pounder with cheese, and I think a bunch of captions. Making the new this is my favorite. The caption on the photograph of them sitting together on the plane. Making the new gang member do drugs to make sure he's not an undercover cop. Robert F. Kennedy's got to eat the burger. Damn, flying in a plane with a Kennedy is ballsy. Remember John? I want to see the evidence that he actually bit into it. He might survive McDonald's, but let's not test our luck with Taco Bell. Donald Trump now gets the employee discount, and the person who leaked this picture and all traces of him have been erased from the public. I don't know. It just seems so funny. They're happy and laughing and goofing around. 3:46. When we come back, speaking of happy, even CNN has to admit this looks like, I think, what they thought Carmela's side piece was going to get when they wanted her to be Cleopatra coming in on the float. That's coming up next. Also, Stephen A. Smith and the Donald Trump sing-along to talk with Taylor Swift. Next, 3:46.
Happy Meal, McNuggets, tasty golden french fries, regular and larger sizes, salad, chef, a garden, or a chicken salad, oriental, beef, big breakfast, egg McMuffin, hot dog cakes and sausage, maybe biscuits, bacon, egg and cheese and sausage, Danish hash, 1, 2, and 4, dessert, hot apple pies and sundaes, 3 varieties of soft serve, cold, 3 kinds of shakes and chocolatey chip cookies, and to drink a Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, and orange drink is right, and coffee, decaf, 2, a low fat milk, also an orange juice. I love McDonald's, great taste, and I get this all at one place.
Look out, it's a Kimber. We've got your afternoons covered, all right, and the Morning Extra's got your drive-in from 6 to 10 a.m., too.
Dr. Carson, how do we get more Christians engaged?
20 million Christians did not vote in 2020. That's enough to completely control the direction of the country. If we don't realize the responsibility is to our children, our grandchildren, we got to look at what's happening right in front of our eyes. You have people like Kamala Harris saying, disinformation, we must identify misinformation, and we must hold people to account. That is simply laying the groundwork for censorship, because anything that they don't agree with, they will consider disinformation. And if we don't stop it now, it will get completely out of hand. It's the way it started in so many other nations that were free and then turned to a Marxist ideology.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA app.
Its technology is not just intelligent, it's thoughtful. Its cabin is not only spacious, but sensuous and stylish. It's indulgent, yet versatile. Meet the 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 SUV. With its electrified performance, it can energize you with every drive. Experience the 2025 GLC 300 SUV and lease one for just $509 per month for 36 months with $44.63 due at signing. Exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models. And visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through October 31st, 2024. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Why should you do your shopping at D. Geller & Son this holiday season? Because you don't want to end up like shouldn't have case number 3340.
Okay, honey, you ready to see your gift?
Okay.
All right, open your eyes.
What is it?
It's the future of walking. It's a Segway. Trust me, in a few years, all of your friends are going to have one of these bad boys.
How much did this cost?
Only $4,000.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Why don't you hop on and take it for a spin?
Okay.
Honey?
You know what never goes out of style? Diamonds. This year, take the risk out of holiday shopping at D. Geller & Son, steering you right since 1939.
This year, hold on the tech gifts and give them something they'll really love. Like a beautiful piece of fine jewelry from D. Geller & Son Jewelers. From timeless diamond stud earrings to tennis bracelets to our gorgeous selection of hand-picked loose diamonds. D. Geller & Son Jewelers has been helping folks find that perfect holiday gift since 1939. So stop in today. D. Geller & Son Jewelers in Atlanta, Kennesaw, and Sandy Springs. And you can always shop online at dgeller.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but at A Second Chance Bail Bonds, we believe everyone deserves a second chance. That's the driving force behind everything we do. If you or a loved one has been arrested across town or across the country, you need help now. A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast with bondsmen throughout Atlanta to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT. Or online at atlbail.com.
Join Southern Thunder Barbecue School for hands-on learning, standing shoulder to shoulder with the pros. It's a day-long cooking school experience with personalized training from award-winning barbecue grand champions. This makes a fantastic holiday gift you can purchase online at southernthunderbbq.com.
What's up, Atlanta? It's Ben Burnett, host of the Weekend Ben Burnett Show. Each and every weekend, right here on XTRA 106.3, we unpack all the week's events. We talk about all the issues with a local Atlanta-based flavor. You can catch me each and every weekend, Saturdays at 2 and Sundays at noon. If you ever miss an episode, you can go to the podcast park or wherever you download all of your content, and I'll be right there. Thanks for listening to the Ben Burnett Show, proudly brought to you by Butler Snow.
Here we go. Look out now. Flounder's Funny's coming up. Holy Crap at Sports later on. Pete's tweets. And your phone calls. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Wow, this Nirvana here, is it? I don't know anything about Nirvana, but it seems like kind of a melody.
Well, you got to read the entire thing, and then it'll answer your question.
I'm reading it now. I was just kind of reacting to it. Jeez, somebody's very specific about his putting together the musical list today. 1993, Nirvana recorded their MTV Unplugged special at Sony Studios in New York. Nirvana played a self-ist... Hold on. What the hell is that? A set list. Nirvana played a set list composed of mainly lesser-known material and cover versions of songs by the Vaselines, David Bowie, Meat Puppets, and Leadbelly. The album, MTV Unplugged Special Deal, won the Grammy for Best Alternative Music Album in 1996, 3 years later. They did it in 1993. Nirvana.
It's a great album.
Yeah,
great live album.
This sounds like a nice song. I mean,
This was by the Vaselines.
The Vaselines? Well, there you are. So, I used to put that in my hair when I wanted to be a hood, and of course my father would never have anything of it. But I wanted to be Elvis. I wanted the duck's ass haircut. So I used to put Vaseline. I swear to God, I used to put Vaseline in my sides of my hair to make it slick back like that. When I left the house, I would carry it with me in my bookcase thing there, or lunch bag or something, and I put it in my hair to make a duck ass haircut when I got to school. And then I would try to make the crew cut in front, and I would bend it down into a point at the head of my hair, the crew cut at the top of my head. I would try to make it into an angle like a point, like the greasers. An idiot.
I'm so glad you said you put it in your hair
my
for
hair.
a second there.
No, that's the only place. And now your birthday list. Yes, Owen Wilson made it to 56. Mobius in Loki, Lightning McQueen in The Cars, and he was in that having sex with the girls who go to weddings. It's maids of honor, whatever that was. Have sex with the maid of honor girls with that big tall guy who was with the girl from Friends. I don't remember. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, right? The wedding singer. Not the wedding singer. The wedding
crashers.
Wedding crashers. Yeah, I almost had it. I had a word of it. I had one 50-50. And on this day, I got my double phone here. I'm sorry. I've been up. I'm not good. On this day, 1983. A Christmas Story premieres. Ralphie gets a Red Ryder air rifle, and the old man wins a major award in this collection of semi-fictional anecdotes based on Gene Shepard's 1966 book, In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash. A Christmas Story. And I had one of those leg lamps. In fact, who did I get? I gave it to Sue. Did I give that to you, Flounder? I gave somebody my leg lamp.
Wayne,
no offense.
Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne, no offense. I gave him my leg lamp. I gave him my potato rocket, my potato cannon. God, that was like a 6-foot-long tube with potato cannon. Anyway, 355, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. 404-741-1230. We've got cut number 4 here, Flounder. The campaign of happy is spreading, dancing, laughing. Football players are doing it. People are cheering. If you didn't see it over the weekend, we'll play that sound for you again of the boxing or the fighting champion and the people and stuff. Even the losers on CNN can't help doing play-by-play of the Fuhrer. I guess, remember how we're all Nazis? Well, the Fuhrer's a pretty happy situation. Cut number 4, CNN, Flounder.
And it really looks like ancient Rome here. This is sort of the conquering Republican Caesar who's going into the Colosseum, and everyone's cheering, and he's got his political gladiators with him. That appearance isn't just about him enjoying the applause. He's sending a message to the Senate. For sure. Not only are you entertained, but these are my people, and are you willing to fight? Because here's who I have.
And are any of us surprised by this? I feel like for anybody who has been covering Trump's campaign or his movement the past few years, these picks, sure, they're raising eyebrows, to say the least, but
a familiar character.
Yes, exactly. They've been with him at all these rallies. They've played a key role in where he's at now.
I love it when they have to try to actually sort of semi-honestly dissect what's been going on, and they're still not accepting it. I mean, it's like the 7 stages of grief, and they really haven't, they're accepting it, but
keep hating, because it's working for you.
And by the way, we're going to do a Flounder's Funny here in a second, Flounder, if you don't mind. And also, excuse me, coming up, not only the Democrats vowing to stop Donald Trump, Democratic governors been getting together now for several days, trying to come up with ways to block Donald Trump, and Mitch McConnell got caught as an outgoing leader of the Senate trying to stop Donald Trump's picks from doing what they want and him getting his programs and the pre-election, what do you call them, passing the guys before outside of the election early nomination picks before the Senate comes back into office. I forgot what they call it. Recess appointments. There you go, recess appointments. God, words won't come out. They're going to fire me. They're just going to say, I'm sorry, you can't say the words. We're going to have to let you go.
Big meetings Wednesday.
Good night, everybody.
So
Flounders, Nuckies, Hoagies. Good night, girls. The sub-sisters. This is my adios, but we love you. Here's a little Flounders
My
Funny.
favorite thing about the election is a lot of liberals were driving Teslas. And now they're trapped. Dark MAGA Elon came out. Gotcha.
Dark MAGA.
The T on the back is for Trump. You funded the last 6 months of the campaign. And they can't get rid of them because Republicans are like gasoline. I can just see people now with a Sharpie at night going up to it. R-L-N-P. You're not going to be able to look at a Tesla without thinking about that ever.
Especially those things that look like a dumpster. God, that's the ugliest vehicle.
The
I bet it's a
Cybertruck.
coffin. Looks like a
I'd love
coffin
to drive
dumpster.
one.
Oh, God.
To see.
I can't imagine.
There's a whole web page up here dedicated to seeing it around town and taking its photo.
Oh, my God. By the way, that story of the 11-year-old boy wandering around and his mommy got arrested back up in your territory, that made a lot of news over the weekend, too. And again, boy, how times have changed. Do you think my mother would have to be with me when I was 11? I could take my bike and go anywhere?
I know.
Lord. I mean, it's, yeah. I mean, here we are. But, we're maybe we're coming out of it. Maybe, honestly, the happiness, the cheering, you're going to hear more of it, too. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Almost 4 o'clock. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. More Flounder's funnies and Pete's tweets and Holy Crap, it's sports. And a lot of sports stuff, too. 404-741-1230. Happy Monday. Look out.
W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
A big request from the outgoing president, Lisa Brady, Fox News. He's asking Congress for nearly $100 billion in emergency disaster aid.
Additional resources are critical to continue supporting communities hard hit by Hurricanes Helene and Milton, President Biden says, in a new spending request to House Speaker Mike Johnson. Much of that funding would go to FEMA's main disaster fund, with other requests for housing and urban development in the USDA.
We're going to make sure we deliver for the hurricane victims and the people that have suffered from that.
Speaker Johnson says Congress will evaluate the request. Federal assistance for both storms has already exceeded $860 million.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington. The president is in Brazil, attending the final major summit of his presidency and urging other G20 leaders to keep going, saying they have the power to usher in a new era of sustainable development. He also said the U.S. strongly supports Ukraine's territorial integrity after greenlighting the use of long-range weapons deeper into Russian territory. A senior U.S. official telling Fox News that was spurred by Russia inviting thousands of North Korean troops into the fight against Ukraine. State Department spokesman Matthew Miller.
We will continue to do what is appropriate to hold Russia accountable for its actions, including its escalatory actions, and to hold North Korea accountable for its escalatory actions.
It's not clear whether the Biden authorization will extend to areas beyond Russia's Kursk region, where those North Korean troops have been involved. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court just reaffirming a prior decision that counties cannot count misdated or undated ballots, directing part of that written ruling at several Democrat-led counties after the Republican National Committee sued. This as a recount begins in the Pennsylvania Senate race. Democratic incumbent Bob Casey refusing to concede a loss of less than 0.5% to Republican Dave McCormick. A mixed day on Wall Street, the Dow down 55 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
Madam Giselle senses something in your future.
Is my boyfriend going to propose?
It's a big storm.
Wait, we're going to get in a fight?
No, a literal storm. Wind, heavy wind. I see a tree falling on your RV.
Oh, that's fine. I'm covered by Progressive. So, is my boyfriend there? Maybe on one knee?
The entire roof is crushed.
So, no ring.
Be prepared for the unexpected with Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Product features subject to policy terms and may not be available in all states or for all vehicles and covered selections.
Police officer and K-9 handler Jacob Russell Chaffins was fatally shot while attempting to serve warrants for domestic violence offenses. And thanks to friends like you and your generosity, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation gave the Chaffins family the gift of a mortgage-free home. There's so much more to do, and to say thank you to our nation's heroes and their families for their immense sacrifices, all for us. Donate $11 a month. Go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
There we go. 403. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 106.3. How you doing? Monday.
I see a look of evil in your eyes.
Now, was this his cover or was this somebody else's cover of Black Sabbath?
Black Sabbath is the name of the band.
No, I know that, but I mean, in 1992, Black Sabbath did the Start the Rock. But who else did this song? I mean, the cover of this song.
This is their song.
Didn't somebody else do this song too?
I'm not sure.
Never heard this song before.
God, I swear, this sounds like somebody else's.
Called Evil Woman.
Well, that's ELO has a song called Evil Woman.
Yeah, but this is something totally different.
No, I wasn't thinking of ELO. Anyway, sorry, it just reminded me of something. Black Sabbath got their star at the Rock Walk in Hollywood on this day in 1992. Black Sabbath. All right, there you go. To the phones. It's Joe. Happy Monday, Joe. What's going on, my friend?
Well, I just want to let you know that my two boys, I'm 74 years old.
Yes.
When I start stumbling around and can't think of the words and get messed up, they go, Dad, just remember, Old Yeller. That's what we're going to do.
You put you out of your misery? Oh, my God.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like I just I'm afraid my kids are going to come up behind me one day and just go, boo. You know. Joe, I don't know what it is. I hate it. I know these things. The words are right there, and the damn things will not come out of my mouth. It's so freaking frustrating. And again, I know it. I admit it. And it's why I'll never be president, among other things, of course. But still, it's so aggravating.
It is.
Joe, thanks for the laugh, man. I appreciate it. 405-404-741-1230. 741-1230. I mean, it's very aggravating. My father never had a problem with anything. He lived to be 89. He was a genius anyway. But my mother, dear, I was her favorite. And they say that the favorites that take on the same characteristics, and I don't know whether this is a genetic thing, but honest to God. Now, Pete, you're not old enough, really, but do you? I mean, you may occasionally have the thing where it just won't come out. Is that true, or not really?
Yeah, every now and then, yeah.
Now, was your mother like that?
She would make up words like the time she said Oprah's talking about those organisms again today.
Okay. Well, anyway, I don't know. There must be a cause to it. The synapse in some chemical thing at a certain age evaporates. I don't know. I mean, there's got to be a medical chemical reason for it. But it's damn aggravating, and especially because you know. I mean, I know it. I just anyway.
Well, what kills me is you like send somebody. You tell something in your brain. Go. You tell your dog. Go find that.
It. Yeah, go
and
get
5 minutes later, it'll pop in your head.
Yeah,
Here it is.
I got it. It happened. Only now it's like 2 days later. That's what kills me. In fact, I've done that. I will text Pete Davis at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 days after I forgot what I was going to mention to him. Anyway, 406, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. Mr. Flounder?
Yeah, Patricia is on the phone. She has a question for you.
Patricia, how you doing, baby? What you got?
I was just thinking about your thoughts.
About what now?
On your thoughts on the Democrats invoking the 25th Amendment, saying Biden's incompetent, and installing Kamala Harris as the first black woman president.
Yeah, they've been talking about it, but again, I don't think they want to do it because I don't think they want the party to. Again, she just got creamed. I mean, the Democrat Party just got slaughtered. They are an embarrassment. There's no way that they can suddenly now say, "Oh, I know, we had a coup against Trump, we had a coup against our own guy, we put a woman in who never got a single vote, the most hated woman in America, tried to make her president. That failed. We got slaughtered. I know. Let's make her president anyway." I mean, oh my God.
Doesn't that fit the narrative?
Yes, it does. I mean, holy cow. But again, it would never happen. It would never.
We know.
Yeah, but
the 16 states that said they would give their electoral votes.
Yeah.
To the national vote winner.
Yeah.
They control 209.
Yeah.
Why haven't they moved it over? Because it would leave her with 29 electoral votes.
Oh, it's great to talk to you, Patricia. All right, sweetie, you have a great day. 408, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Our birthday list on this Monday, Damon Wayans. Coach on New Girl, and we know Damon Wayans, 42 years old today. All right, there you go. And so you got a little history note here. As a kid growing up, 1966, Catholics, and every day before that, before when I was born, Catholics used to get mocked all through my early school days going to the cafeteria on Fridays because Catholics could not eat meat. And the cafeterias all had to have macaroni and cheese, or I forgot what tuna fish or something. I forgot what the alternatives were. Of course, supposedly they weren't able to use birth control either. But anyway, but now this day in 1966, it was a Friday on this day, was the last Friday in 1966 that Catholics were forced to give up meat. They said from now on, it's okay to have meat. Lent is different. That's still different. But again, I remember the days when the Catholic Mass was in Latin. I mean,
you can read right there in the Bible where it says in the New Testament, if you eat something and you bless it before you eat it, you can eat just about anything.
Yeah, I know. Again,
whenever you want.
Oh, that's why. How could you possibly have Latin in a church service and expect people to want to go to church?
Now, Greek Orthodox. I went to Easter service about 30 years ago, and they're at Claremont, and they did half of it in Greek and half of it in English.
Right. You just wanted to score with a Greek chick. Don't tell me, mister.
Well, I was already scoring with the Greek chick.
I've done that before. But my first freshman year in college, this very Catholic girl, the one I told you about, Mimi, who wanted me to stop, so I did, because we didn't go too far. She was very Catholic, and she wanted to take me to a Catholic service. I said, sure, absolutely. So anytime she wanted to go to house, absolutely, I'll go with you. It's like it maybe sit real
4
close.
hours later.
Yeah, 4 hours later.
Is this ever going to end?
Yeah, I might have gotten a kiss on the cheek, I think, before I went back to my male dorm room or something. Boy, the times were different. Fortune, what do you got there?
Real quick, Rocco's on the horn, and he had a response for Patricia's call earlier.
Hey, Rocco, welcome aboard. What's up?
What's going on, fellas? Hey, listen, Patricia, don't worry, because the real president and vice president would never let that happen. The real president being Dr. Jill Biden would never let that happen.
She would commit murder.
She hates Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
And the real vice president, Barack Obama, wants to remain the only black president, and he didn't want somebody stealing his thunder.
Yeah, you know, the one thing I'm looking forward to is the book and the comments or the interviews and the stuff that comes out between Jill the enabler and pretty much everybody else.
Another thing, I think Trump is learned from his mistakes. He's hitting the ground running. He's getting it all out there. And by the time January 20th rolls around, a lot of these things will already be in place.
Yeah, they'll be done. Yeah.
You can see it going on. You can feel it in the air.
Yeah. In fact, he said very clearly the first time when he was elected, he picked the wrong people. It was swamp.
Exactly.
Can you imagine being an outside businessman, billionaire, real estate development, and TV star? All of a sudden, you're president and got to pick a cabinet and know what your chief of staff and all that stuff. This time, he's nailing it.
I've seen video of oil workers cheering, Marines and barracks in the middle of the night when the election was finally called. A loud, thunderous cheer came up across the barracks and everything. There's a change happening.
It's the happiness. Again, over the weekend, I don't know whether you saw the stuff over the weekend, that silly fight. I mean, holy cow. But football players doing the happy dance, the Trump dance. I mean, it's spreading. It's happy. It's good. It's positive. There's no more hate for a minute. God, it's honestly, it's like a kiss from a pretty girl. It's just like so rewarding, just glowing with, just feeling good.
When you see these liberals stand up and try to do what they accused us of doing, there's going to be enough people that's going to squash that.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to the next.
I wear my Trump stuff every day.
I love
it. In fact, I work at a jail, and after the election day, when I went in the next morning, I was clocking in everything. The inmates, the first thing they wanted to know was who won the election. They can't see the TV. They cheered. All of them cheered.
I was going to ask you how'd they react when you said Trump. No, they did.
Even inmates in jail cheered.
Outstanding. It's a new day. I mean, really, it's a morning in America.
I'm telling you.
I love it. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. 412, nights everywhere. 404-741-1230. Stephen A. Smith is calling him out, too. And a new Trump song. We got so much. And we'll do Pete's Tweets coming up here soon, anytime, whatever. Flounders Funnies. I mean, we're here. Honestly, it's just, I haven't slept and I feel great. I'm happy. I think there's a new thing. And I don't know how long this will last, but I'm right now.
When you went back to your dorm, was that during the Vaseline years? Your male dorm?
I want to tell you some of my dorm experiences. The time I threw the TA guy bicycle off the balcony, he wasn't too happy with that. Anyway, 413, Kevin Pete and Flounder. I'm sorry.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Well, as of tomorrow, it will be 2 weeks since the election. So 2 weeks ago today, could any of you have accurately predicted what was going to happen? Certainly not the Democrats, the progressives, the socialists, the loyal left. They are absolutely beside themselves. Did you hear about Debbie Wasserman Schultz? She is a congresswoman from Florida and a complete barking moonbat. She says that Tulsi Gabbard is a Russian asset. She's supposed to be leading our intelligence services. Then there's Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Health and Human Services. At least he knows what gender he is, and it matches his genitalia, unlike the last one. Some good and some bad on Kennedy. He's not friendly with food additives. He has a good idea why Americans are so fat, and he's not anti-vaccine. He just doesn't think that vaccines should be mandatory. The real loser here is Matt Gaetz from Florida. I've been watching him down here for years. He is the very definition of creepy. Let me tell you something. His nomination is going to be withdrawn before it ever even gets close to a vote. What the prize is, I don't know, but he will not be the Attorney General of the United States. Now, I want you to remember one thing while these Democrats are having a conniption fit. Conniption could be shortened to 4 letters, but there might be kids listening. But just remember this. Years ago, at a Democrat convention, they proclaimed that all of us, each and every one of us, belongs to the government. We are, in the eyes of Democrats, government property. And they're scared to death that Donald Trump might convince them otherwise, that they actually belong to themselves. What a great couple of years this is going to be to watch. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
Jason Albritton here from Southern Exteriors. This holiday season, we're doing something truly special with our Home for the Holidays roof giveaway. Until November 30th, you have the chance to nominate a deserving family in need of a brand new roof just in time for the holidays. Imagine the comfort of knowing a family will enter the holiday season in a safe, secure home. It's more than just a roof. It's a peace of mind and a place to make cherished memories. Let's come together and make a difference. The winner will be announced on December 4th. To learn more, submit your nomination. Visit southernexteriors.co. Southern Exteriors, where home means more.
All right, now it's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Back to the action. 4:16 coming up very, very, very shortly. I love this talk about happiness and things are all safe and secure. And it reminds me of the way to take care of your stuff. And again, I've been going through a whole bunch of things in my belongings. And I'm so glad that I finally, when I was down in Florida, didn't have my safe from Atlanta Safe House. Lost some medical records and stuff like that's not going to happen anymore. And I got to thinking, it was so stupid of me because I have a living will. And with a living will, obviously, your kids are going to know exactly what happens. There are people to contact. I have all my financial papers of who's my banker and if there's any money left or if there's a credit card number, all the stuff you need to have if something happens. And not necessarily if you die, but if you're incapacitated or whatever, stuff you need to save. And not only medical records, but also personal stuff, whether it's your first love letter or your marriage and divorce papers and all that kind of stuff. The things that in my medical records I didn't have down in Florida and it cost me money. Now, a couple of things. Atlanta Safe House, holy cow, Browning safes, they got rebates. They're almost giving them away. And it's not quite true, but holy cow, you won't believe it. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Gun safes, man, sales, rebates, Browning especially, holy cow. And they're so good. I've had Browning safes, by the way. They're as good as any and better than most. And the prices are better. They have more to choose from than anybody in this entire part of the country, whether you're putting in your health care plans or your bank records or your guns. And again, every gun safe, you don't pay the sales tax the rest of the year. No sales tax, gun safes the rest of the year. And they only give your safe when they're delivered with off-duty police, firefighters, and military folks because you can trust them in your home or your office. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. Whether you're stopping by their showroom in Acworth, check out those pistol safes, or look them up on the web, atlantasafehouse.com.
Modular and offsite construction is booming. If you're an architect, building engineer, supplier, developer, or contractor, You can't miss the Offsite Construction Summit, coming to the International Convention Center in Atlanta on November 20th. With the rising cost of traditional building, modular and offsite construction is changing the way companies build. It's quicker, cheaper, and offers a faster ROI. So don't miss the Offsite Construction Summit, coming to Atlanta on November 20th. Register today at offsiteconstructionnetwork.com. That's offsiteconstructionnetwork.com.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services, but you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made, premium-name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. atlturfco.com.
If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they are not going to go away. They need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with repair. Ramjack is the best company in the industry for repairing your foundation. We have the highest quality products in the nation. So, if you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881. That's 770-502-8881.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Okay, you're driving along. Suddenly you hear that horrible sound of metal and crunching. It's an accident. Even if it's a little minor fender bender, man, that could be a nightmare. First, obviously, take care of yourself. But before you make a deal with an insurance company or anybody else, call David Van Sant with Van Sant Law. You know why? Because he used to work for the insurance company, so he knows how to get the right settlement and right away. Van Sant Law. Don't forget, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. Protecting your interests. Insurance is great, but it's complicated. 855-GA-INJURY or vansantlaw.com. Look out, 420. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Happy Monday. I like a couple of the REM songs, I think, if I remember correctly. Can't remember the names of them offhand, but I know I like a couple.
Sitting Still.
Sitting Still would be one of my favorites.
No, that's the one that's playing right now.
That would be the one playing now. I have no idea about the 1980. I don't know anything about anything, but we'll enjoy this. What's the song I like? What's that song you had that I like?
Losing My Religion.
Losing My Religion. Good song. What's that?
I drove to Athens to get this single on Hip Tone Records, Sitting Still, Radio Free Europe, man. I wish I still had it. I don't know what happened to it.
No kidding. As a single, like 45, you mean, or what? No,
yes.
Really?
In fact, the Village Voice said it was the most important and best single since I saw her standing there and I want to hold your hand.
Oh, my God. This song, this particular single by REM?
This is on their first album, Murmur.
What's the song about? I don't know what he's...
Not really.
What? Do we know what the song's about?
Murmur, the studio made him do the slowed down version of this in Radio Free Europe, which sucked. So the single was the fast version, which they later on put on other albums.
What's the story? I don't know what the song's about. The words.
And who knows? He mumbles his words because he does it on purpose.
Isn't that funny? Oh, my God. By the way, the deal in 1983, REM made their first appearance outside America. They appeared on Channel 4 British TV, The Tube. The next night, they made their live British debut, and they played at Dingwalls in London, 1983. REM, Losing My Religion. Yeah, that's the song I like. Let's see, birthday list. No, this is kind of funny. This is Flounder's birthday list as opposed to the ones I get. And it says here, Megyn Kelly, 54, over, ? Hell, she's doing pretty good now, isn't she? I mean,
she's doing damn well.
She got millions of people on a podcast and doing better than she was probably doing on when they fired her off of Fox. Megyn Kelly,
NBC fired her.
54, and she just popped up with was it last week when she was doing the old Trump thing and stuff. So it's pretty cool. She's definitely going to be fine. And on this day in history, I remember this story, and I've always appreciated the fact that apparently, as I know, it is true. In the year 1307, William Tell, an incredible crossbow marksman, shot an apple off his son's head because he was warned he had to do it. He was imprisoned for rebelling against the imperial rule in Switzerland. Tell escaped, and then he killed the local governor which set off the famous struggle for Swiss independence. But
never happened.
It never happened. I'm saying I like my version better. I like my version better.
Well, he and Nathan Hale went off to Timbuktu.
Nathan Hale said, I regret that I have but one life to live. I'm afraid you're wrong, mister. And by the way, for the freaking record, when you see that movie, Winston Churchill was on the train, on that little subway train, and the little girl said, "Oh, Mr. Prime Minister, we're with you, sir. We will do whatever you want, sir. Whatever we can do for our country, sir." He says, my little child, we now shall fight the Russians and forces of the former stings of the Russian shores. And it was a true story. The little girl changed to make sure that Winston Churchill helped to begin the war and bring America in to fight those bad guys. God, I love history. 424. Shut up.
Drunk history.
Did you ever watch that show? What a great show. Oh, my God. I'll bet I had 40 of those episodes on my DVR history before I had to turn it in. Oh, my God, that was funny. And they knew what they were talking about, too. It wasn't stupid people. Anyway, that was, what a funny show. All right, 425. Let's have a little fun. Cut number one here, Flounder. Cut number one. Don't you love it? The homewreckers on MSNBC have to cave in and cower in shame. We'll talk more about it in a second. And Stephen A. Smith, always a loudmouth, has plenty to say about the misguided leftists. Cut number one.
All these celebrities, Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, Oprah.
If we don't show up tomorrow, it is entirely possible that we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again.
My God.
You're going to look an audience in the face and you're going to tell them that if you vote for Donald Trump, you may not ever be able to cast a vote again. Who believed that? Who believed that coming from Oprah?
Really?
Truly, who believed that? This is the kind of stuff that alienates an electorate, that alienates a vote or a voter. Because the freedom that you tell them they have, you try to confiscate morally by letting them know you ain't worth a damn unless you vote the way we say you should vote. Who's going to go for that in a general election with an economy rife with inflation, with over 12 million people coming crossing the borders, with people wondering about their dollars, the dollars that they earn, the dollars that they have in their pocket, the value of that dollar dissipating before our very eyes. But in the same breath, you're telling them that you got to take even more money out of their pocket to finance immigrants that come across the border illegally at the behest of the Democratic Party looking to secure a voting block. Did you think that would work? Did you think that would work?
The thing is,
you sure about that?
They all should have been saying this from the beginning. If they had all said this from the beginning and taken all those things off the table, tranny surgery for illegal prisoners, just idiotic things.
Oprah treated Democrat voters like idiots. They said they're going to take away your vote. You'll never be able to vote again.
Whoever heard of such idiocy? And how could they accept saying, boy, she's right, we've got to work together for Carmel. It's just amazing.
The funny thing was it was the opposite, because the Democrats are the ones who want to stack the Supreme Court and take your vote away. So it's them.
The one-party system. Donald Trump had to go to the Supreme Court to stay on the ballot in states that tried to keep him off.
Look what they're doing in Pennsylvania. The Supreme Court of Pennsylvania says you cannot count those votes. And the lady on the Board of Elections says, well, we break the law all the time, but we don't care what they said. It's the damn Supreme Court of the state said no. They're still doing it, and they're still trying to steal that Senate seat.
In fact, the court, I think, again said it today. The close margin within 1%. The court again said you cannot count those votes. And this girl, Diane Marceline Giliglia, a Democrat, said people violate the laws anytime they want. If I violate the law, it's because I want a court to pay attention. Oh, I get it. So personally, you feel it's okay to misuse the law for your own political, personal benefit? Well, I guess we can all do that then, can't we? I guess we all Americans should just take the law into our own hands. And these people are unbelievable. They don't care about law and order.
I'm telling you, the RNC cannot let this occur. And you have that jerk good Lord, what's his name? Kentucky McConnell.
McConnell.
He's already behind the scenes saying there's going to be no recess appointment. All this. There are him and Cornyn and the rest of them, the rhinos, are already attacking Donald Trump behind the scenes.
Message to Trump team. This is from Jane, a New Yorker staff came across this. She found out that Mitch McConnell had posted this. Message to Trump team. There will be no recess appointment, said Mitch McConnell. Tonight at the Washington gathering, he's promised to use a strategy to defy congressional oversight. Mike Lee says McConnell's no longer the Senate leader. Before asking, remember the time when McConnell decided he wouldn't be speaking for Senate Republicans anymore? Other people are saying, you got to be kidding me. What do you think you snitch McConnell trying to block Trump's cabinet? The nerve of these people turning on him. We creamed you. We won.
This just in. PA Supreme Court redirects all counties to comply with prior orders and blow to Casey campaign.
There you are. It's over. We got the Senate seat, and there you go. And again, they're thumb in their nose. They're
Democrats.
Yeah, Democrats.
Yeah, they're exposing themselves.
Do we have time to play cut number 7?
Yes.
This is pretty funny. Figures are in the impact that Taylor Swift had on the election. Women between the ages of 18 and 44, about 45% voted for Trump. Women over 45, 50% of women over 45 voted for Donald Trump this time. And Tay-Tay didn't have that much of an effect. And now Donald Trump is happily rubbing it in, if you will, sir.
Taylor, it's done. Just thought I'd check in. I know that you're not used to being on the losing side. You should have voted more like Patrick's wife. Shut up, Brittany. Make no mistake, Travis is secretly happy. His brother, too, albeit a little snappy, smashed the phone. It sucks to have your fuse publicly blown. I don't blame you, Kels. This could come as a shocker, but I do love women. How'd you think I managed to secure the finest one? You need to step outside your bubble, take a big old whiff of dawn. Taylor, don't you feel silly falling for the blatant lies? Kamala tricked you with shit pouring out her ass. I'll be the president, you'll be a singer. It's a Trump story, pardon this thing.
By the way, I love that Taylor Swift song. There are 3 of her songs I really do like, and that's one of them. But Donald Trump, the AI version, pretty cool. 431, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. It's Monday. Look out, happy times. We're in.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the XTRA 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the XTRA 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Oh, there's so much more happiness ahead of us on the old Kimber, Pete, and Flounder program. I'm telling you, it's like cheering like crazy. And by the way, open enrollment period is open. Open enrollment period. Well, I don't know if you're cheering about your health insurance plans. In fact, if you're still going nuts, I know a guy who loves fine print. He loves contracts. He loves doing stuff like that. I don't, you don't, but his name is Steven, and he is the health insurance doctor. Remember that name. That's the deal. You know that Affordable Schmortable Care Act? Please, you're killing me. Some of those things are like 60% more than they should be, and you can save that much of your monthly premiums if you get the deal that Steven's going to offer you, because he checks all this stuff out, a price you can afford, better coverage, better premiums, holy moly. And if you're self-employed, self-insured, maybe have a little small business, you ever dealt with that Cobra business? Holy moly. Again, I don't understand that stuff, but Steven sure does, and he got plans for you all over the place. Freedom to choose your doctor, choose your hospital, accidental policies, vision, cancer, dental, I don't know, but he sure does. Here's a number, 678-523-0759, the health insurance doctor. Oh, by the way, you don't have to pay him. No, I'm serious. It's free. You don't pay him. His name is Steven, the health insurance doctor. In fact, look him up on the web, healthinsurancedoctor.net.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to firstlibertyga.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Kawasaki Parts and Howard Brothers. While your mower might be ready to take a break during the winter months, now is the time to get it ready for next season. At Howard Brothers, they've got genuine Kawasaki parts to keep your machine running at its best all year long. From filters to belts and everything in between, Kawasaki genuine parts are built for performance and to last. Visit Howard Brothers and stock up on parts you can trust and that Howard Brothers customers demand. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Kawasaki and Howard Brothers.
I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but the cold air is coming fast. That means a couple different things to me and you. Energy bills will be rising and company coming over for the holidays. Dan Watkins here with all Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows. It's time to get your house ready for the winter air and your holiday visitors. The good news is that we have you covered for every opening in your home. So call us today to set up a free estimate with one of our amazing sales consultants. They'll help you pick out the perfect garage door, front door, and windows for your home.
Tune into your new favorite show that's redefining the A to Z's of marketing, The Marketing Madmen. We'll take you behind the scenes of successful campaigns and reveal the strategies that win. We're not just talking about marketing, we're making it happen. From viral content creation to leveraging AI for customer engagement, our experts bring you to the cutting edge of industry. This is your playbook for market dominance. Tune in and transform your approach with actionable tips that could skyrocket your ROI. The Marketing Madmen every Saturday at 4 p.m. right here on XTRA 106.3.
All right, wait a minute. I gotta put coat back on here. I took it off because I got a little chill. Everything's good. Everything's good. Young's fine. Nothing contagious. There we go. Philly Show. Look out. Here we go. Philly Show. 1978, number one on the album chart with his sixth album, 52nd Street. Big shot, did you? First number one album in America, the first commercial album to be released on compact disc by Sony. I didn't know that. First commercial album on compact disc. And in 1978, he won the 1979 Grammy for Album of the Year, Billy Joel. There you go. You check guy. And let's see, birthdays include Oscar Nunez. Oscar is Oscar from The Office. The guy who played Oscar on The Office is really named Oscar Nunez. He's 66 years old today. And on this day in history, 24th anniversary today for Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones. He's older than her father. And as I recall, when he got down on one knee and asked her to marry him, he said, I'll love you so much, even if you give me oral cancer, I'll marry you and stay with you forever. And by God, she did, and they're still, by the way, he's fine, he got cured, and everybody's happy, and I guess they're really happy now, so that's a good thing with the thing there. Our 4 o'clock hour at 4:37, brought to you by our good friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kimmer Safe, Silly, Rabbit, Jeff and Mark, and the whole crew. You got to be killing me. Go say, if you're by Industrial Boulevard in Ackworth, stop in and say howdy. Atlanta Safe House, don't forget sales and rebates and all kinds of stuff, and if you're buying a gun safe, no sales tax for the rest of the year. It's 4:37, 404-741-1230, 74, he's not going to be with us here. 404-7, he's got stuff to do in there. You know, man's busy. Well, you know, we got all these memes, and we got all these tweets, and we got Pete Davis, so we got a little thing called Pete's Tweets.
He's designing gazebos.
I know. He's got
do.
the whole wife coming up thing here. Geez.
Hopefully she's not listening. That's the last thing I need in the backyard.
Oh, she'll want a gazebo. And by the way, on a summer night when it's cool and nobody's around, I don't know. I'm just saying.
All right. Variety magazine says Matt Walsh is a hypocrite for submitting his movie Am I Racist to the Oscars. Why are right-wingers seeking liberal validation, the mag writes. To which Kangman Lee responds, thanks for admitting that the Oscars exist only for liberal validation and not rewarding good filmmaking.
These idiots know not what they say.
I know. A lot of Brits are unhappy with their 1984 Orwellian government from Labour locking up people for simply tweeting their opinion. Actor Lawrence Fox tweets, Dear Donald Trump, I know you have your hands full at the moment, but when you have a bit of spare time, could you send over a carrier group and a couple 100,000 troops and invade the UK? We would be eternally grateful.
I wonder how long that's going to go on over there. Seriously.
I mean,
Canada?
This is a government that was installed, basically. They've installed like their last 4 friggin' prime ministers for this guy. They got 34% of the vote, and they're literally they're letting pedophiles and Muslim terrorists out. But if anybody says something like, gee, there's so many Palestinian flags on my street these days, they get visited at 4 a.m. and arrested.
Yeah, that's horrible. Britain.
No free speech. This is what happens when you don't have a First Amendment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right.
Mike Lee tweets, I recently spoke with the father of a U.S. Air Force Academy cadet. He told me the Air Force Academy's official forms refer him and his wife as the birthing parents, not the father and mother. To which Pete Hegseth responded, not for long.
not in January.
Yeah. Ukraine interim President Zelensky is digging his own hole. When asked about President Trump bringing Russia and Ukraine to the negotiating table, Zelensky laughed and said, my country is independent and will be treated as such. Okay, your terms are acceptable. Fund your own damn war.
Bye-bye. Come on home, everybody. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, our money's going to North Carolina now. F you.
Yeah.
Disgraced CNN has-been Don Lemon says Michelle Obama is much better looking than Melania Trump.
Oh, my God.
To which Juanita Broderick responds, Don Lemon likes men, so there's that.
I never thought of it. Yeah, no wonder.
Yeah. The IRS is threatening us that we must report payments on Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle of $600 or more.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the Pentagon just failed its 7th audit in a row. The brass are unable to account for 60% of their $4.1 trillion in assets or their $824 billion annual budget. They can't find 60% of $4 trillion.
They literally don't know where it went.
That's our money.
I mean, how do you...
Boy, there are people bitching about Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy.
I can't
wait. They need to get in there.
Oh, this is going to be great.
One thing they can cut down on the budget with the Army and them, quit giving them a damn medal every time they turn a corner.
Yeah, well,
you see the photo? No. Have you done this? Dwight D. Eisenhower. See a photo of him, the man who saved the world and beat the Axis powers against Milley, and you can't see the front because he looks like a Panamanian dictator. Please,
I know. Well, the problem is, most of those are not medals for heroism. Bravery. It's for location. It's for places you served. It could be, if you went to Rutland, Vermont, your division was there, you probably get a badge for it.
If you're the grunt soldier, that's fine. But if you're sitting there in your fat ass there, picking spots there in the Pentagon, I don't want to see your Manuel Noriega front shirt there going. Yeah. Sorry. Last week, I told you about the DiGiorno's Thanksgiving pizza, but now comes the Thanksgiving pot pie from Goldbelly. It has turkey, cornbread dressing, mashed potatoes, sausage, cranberries, and a double crust.
Cranberries as the actual berry? I'm not sure I'd want that in my pie.
And sausage? I don't want sausage in that.
I could take sausage and turkey together. I could do that. With mashed potatoes and cornbread, I could do that, but not the cranberries. And I'm sorry, who does this? Who's this?
Goldbelly. You can order that from all over the country.
Oh, my. No.
Vintage Atlanta posted on Facebook that when Lenox Square opened in 1959, the shopping center boasted a bowling alley and an indoor driving range.
Wow. I had no idea.
Well, they've since converted the driving range into an indoor shooting range. It's called the food court.
I remember the last time when I was married, I went to the food court the last time because there were gang fights. There were gang fights in there. I was literally throwing things. Oh my God, we turned around.
They were looking at you like, "What are you doing here?" Basically,
You
this
deserve
is our place. What are you doing here now? So
bad.
I'm with you. I used to love going there at Christmas time and sitting there and watching the people go by at Lenox Square because it was such. You could see celebrities, you could see Dominique Wilkins while you see all kinds of people walk by, and everybody was happy. The Christmas music was playing. It was a great place to hang out.
One of my favorite restaurants, that steakhouse on the second floor. They knew me when I walked in. They said, put my order in. Everything was great. I won't go there now.
And Nancy has good news, posting the Atlanta tradition of the Pink Pig is back for the holidays.
Yes.
It'll be at the Festival of Trees, wherever that is. Of course, the Pink Pig ride has not been the same since it was taken off the death-defying rickety old track on top of the richest building downtown.
Man.
Nothing like getting hammered at Georgia State than taking a drunken nighttime ride on the Pink Pigs. You can see the broken balls and the great tree up close and hover above mange-ridden, emaciated reindeer lounging about on the roof. Kids today will never know the thrilling glamour. That was the Pink Pig ride on the richest rooftop.
That's for sure.
All for a sticker that said, "I rode the Pink Pig."
Wasn't it funny the days of Rich's and Macy's? I mean, it was the same. It was different stores, but still, if you didn't find one at Rich's, you'd go to Macy's and vice versa, and everybody knew it, and it's what they did. It's what you went to Rich's and
highlight was going to the Rich's Bakery. They had the best chocolate cake, the best coconut cake.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, those were the days, all right. Pretty cool. Page Streets, 444. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Okay, a couple of things. Again, I bet that they did not do this on their own. The homewreckers, Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, have visited Donald Trump. They went to Mar-a-Lago on Friday, and they said they decided to reach out to Trump for the opportunity to speak with the president-elect himself. They said they reached out. On Friday, she said, this is Mika's thing this morning. On Friday, we were given the opportunity to do just that. Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet the da-da-da-da. Now, we talked about a lot of issues, including abortion, mass deportation, threats of political retribution, da-da-da-da-da. My father spoke with world... they already knew people are going to go nuts. So Mika, the homewrecker, said, for those asking why we would go speak to the president-elect during such fraught times, especially between us, I guess I would ask back, why wouldn't we? My father, the diplomat, would speak with world leaders with whom he and the United States profoundly disagreed. That's a task shared by reporters and commentators alike. You freaking phonies. There's no way that they got up in the morning and said, you know what, let's go to visit Donald Trump. They were forced because everybody's freaking out. And by the way, they're getting creamed. In fact, I got a couple of social media reactions here if I could only find them. Hold on, just a quick 30-second flounder. I'm floundering here because I just got floundering over my flounder. Here we go. Hold on, stand by. Here we go. Shameless MSNBC hosts Joe and Mika blasted for hypocrisy over the Trump visit. They called Trump a fascist. They called him Hitler. And now they want to, quote, restart communications. The backlash is swift from all sides, calling it shameless, bending the knee, kissing the ring. The chief political examiner, Washington Examiner, said annals of shamelessness. They called Trump a fascist and much, much more, and then rallied Nazi-like to fly to Florida for an audience. Why would Trump bother talking to these people other than urge them to seek mental health counseling? Once again, Democrats never actually thought Trump was Hitler or a fascist dictator. If you were propagandized, it's okay. You got played. Imagine being a liberal, listening to Morning Joe and Mika tell you for years that Trump's a threat to democracy. Then you wake up and hear Comrade Mika admit that they bent the knee to Donald Trump. On and on and on. Good, rub your face in it. You deserve it. Shame on you. You tried to ruin our country, and I don't forgive you, and I will never watch you. I don't care what you do. I hope you die a miserable death in 100 years or so and break up and ruin some more families because y'all deserve it, you rats. Sorry, 447. Feel a little stronger here. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on XTRA 106.3. Hey, it's Pete, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
One TV ad may have done more to turn the tide to Trump than anything else that happened, and that's the ad promoting this trans crap. It said, she's for they/them, he's for you. It must have meant a buttload of votes out there.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on XTRA 106.3 or listen anytime on the XTRA 106.3 app.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth. If they're going to make your life miserable, we all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com.
Are you concerned about securing your family's future and assets? Look no further than Nelson Elder Care Law. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we offer absolute assurance and peace of mind through our comprehensive asset protection services. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com to explore how we can safeguard your legacy and provide tailored solutions for your family's well-being.
Hey, it's Tug. With football on everybody's mind, fall is finally here. As those leaves start to drop, your gutters and roof might need some attention. Southern Exteriors has been protecting homes across the Southeast. Whether you need gutter cleaning, want to add gutter covers, or both, now's the time to get it done. Plus, with any cleaning job, you'll get a free roof inspection. Call Southern Exteriors today at 8779-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. Quality and precision you can rely on.
What's up, Atlanta? It's Ben Burnett, host of the Weekend Ben Burnett Show. Each and every weekend, right here on XTRA 106.3, we unpack all the week's events. We talk about all the issues with a local Atlanta-based flavor. You can catch me each and every weekend, Saturdays at 2 and Sundays at noon. If you ever miss an episode, you can go to the podcast park or wherever you download all of your content, and I'll be right there. Thanks for listening to the Ben Burnett Show, proudly brought to you by Butler Snow.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Wreck this thing. Hey, I know that.
Bacon?
What's that?
Bacon.
Oh, you got bacon. You ran. You got. Oh, yeah, go ahead and eat it right in front. Oh, God.
I think bacon is one of the best things you can eat.
It's just
so delicious.
Yeah. Now, I like mine probably a little bit more done than that. I don't like quite that much fat in them. A little bit crispy.
I like a little crisp to mine as well.
Yeah.
I make a passel on it Saturday mornings, and then I eat it for 2 or 3 days. Potato soup, sandwiches.
Yeah, I mean, you can put bacon in mashed potatoes. You can put it with meat or a pie.
Lettuce or the salad.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. It's 4:51, and this is Genesis banger. That doesn't sound like
Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, because that's not, yeah, I guess so. 1974, Genesis released a double concept album, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Album number 6, the last album by the group to feature the involvement of lead singer Peter Gabriel, 1974. There you go. Our birthday list includes Elizabeth Perkins. Remember her? Pretty brunette girl. Yeah, she's 64. She was in Big. She was the girl in Big and also in a series Weeds. She played one of the main characters. Good actress, Elizabeth Perkins, 64 years old today. Oh, I got a phone call. Hold on, everything. What'd you, Rick the Painter, I think. Flatter, I'm sorry. 451. Rick, you're on the radio, man. What's going on?
Hey, man, happy Monday. Hey, Kimmer. Hey, brother, I just want to see if you give a shout-out to one of your longtime listeners.
Absolutely.
He had a medical issue this weekend, and his name is Philip. He lost his lip this weekend, and now we call him Phil. So
Phil Lip. So Phil Lip, he lost his lip. So Philip is now Phil. Thank you, Rick. God, I'm so glad I didn't forget to take you on the phone. No, it's good. It's good. Rick the Painter, you rascal. Everybody's happy. I love this. In fact, we're going to play that soundbite in a minute here, Flounder. Number 2 and 3, 2 in the new one or whatever it is in a second here. First of all, in this day in history, and I remember actually crying about this. I got choked up. I was a TV anchorman doing this story in 1978. Even to this day, if someone wants to make a stunning cliche, they say, don't drink the Kool-Aid. It started with the killing on the local airstrip, Jonestown Massacre. Reverend Jim Jones committed suicide in Guyana. The request of their leader, 900 followers killed themselves. Jones ordered them to drink cyanide-laced grape drink. Jones had ordered the killing of Congressman Leo Ryan of California, 3 journalists, and a temple defector. And I remember seeing the video from far away of the gunman on the airstrip and Ryan being shot. And thank God, the camera crew and the guy said, "Oh my God, they killed him. But they didn't start screaming, "Oh my God, they shot them," because then they'd know where they were. I mean, they could have been killed too. They would have been killed. Oh my God. I remember seeing that video. I couldn't, oh my God.
Watching a U.S. congressman be killed.
Murdered, yeah.
It was like, oh my God.
Yeah, and there's a little bit more to this. Jonestown was supposed to be a paradise. Temple members worked long days in the fields, harsh punishment if they questioned Jones' authority. Passports were confiscated. Letters home censored. They were encouraged to inform on each other, go to lengthy meetings. Jones was declining mental health, addicted to drugs, thought the government was out to destroy him. He required the members to participate in mock suicide drills in the middle of the night. And then in 1978, the current members convinced Congressman Leo Ryan, a Democrat of California, to go there and investigate what the hell's going on. So he did. Ryan arrived with a group of journalists and other observers, and the visit went well until the next day. They were about to leave. Residents of Jonestown approached the group and asked them to please get us the hell out of here with you. Take us with you. Jones became so upset at the defection of his followers and his lieutenants that he approached the group and said, "We want to get out of here." One of Jones' lieutenants attacked Ryan, the congressman, with a knife. The congressman escaped from the incident unharmed, but then Jones ordered Ryan and his companions ambushed and killed at the airstrip as they tried to leave. They were murdered trying to board their charter planes. Then Jones ordered everybody to go to the main pavilion, and it was a revolutionary act, unquote. The youngest members of the People's Temple were first to die. Parents and nurses used syringes to drop a potent mix of cyanide, sedatives, and powdered fruit juice into children's throats. Adults then lined up to drink the poisoned lace concoction while armed guards surrounded the pavilion. When Guyanese officials arrived the next day, they found it carpeted with hundreds of bodies, almost 1,000. Jonestown Massacre. Good Lord. I was crying on the set. I was an anchorman then, and I was tears coming out of my eyes. Just, what a, God.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. What do you got?
We got breaking news. A BG has died.
Who did what now? A BG? Oh, no. Who's left?
BG has died. Colin Smiley Peterson, the original Bee Gees drummer, who helped with the hit Massachusetts, one of their big hits.
I like that song.
Dead at the age of 78.
Massachusetts. I'll be 78, huh? No, it's good. It's good.
Well, you're not a drummer.
Well, I had this illness all night. All of a sudden, I'm thinking maybe this is it. I don't know. I mean, it's like, God. I mean, seriously, every time someone, boy, this really hurts. I don't know about this. I think I want to go to the doctor. No, I don't want to know anything about what's going on in there. I've had enough. I don't want to do any more. I've already had everything.
It's not a tumor.
I've had it all. What else is there?
Maybe you should go get that checked.
456. I'm fine. By the way, Trump's incoming border czar says you got blood on your hands, you bastards, over the Lake and Riley murder. And again, the trial's going on. We'll talk more about that after the top of the hour here. It's 456. The former acting immigration customs enforcer, now the new border czar, Tom Homan, says, look, if President Trump was president, he'd be in Mexico with Remain in Mexico program right now. He would have never been released in the United States, this guy who allegedly killed Lake and Riley. If President Trump was president and did get into the United States and got arrested in New York for a crime before he committed this murder, he never would have been released onto the street. This administration has blood on their hands, unquote. Leaders who support sanctuary city status resulting in local officials not cooperating with ICE agents should listen to the 911 recording of Laken Riley that captured the final moments of her precious life for 18 minutes, having her head crushed in by a stone and a rock. The emergency function on her cell phone triggered, called for help. Listen to that tape, he says to all you sanctuary city people. Listen to the way that young lady died. You have blood on your hands. And you do. 457. Oh, that's Founders Funnies for Nucky's Hoagies.
Great transition there. I appreciate that.
Oh, those naughty little sub-sister girls, Stacy and Shannon. What do you got there?
All right, this is a little something different. This is, do you remember the show Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh, absolutely.
This is something from there real quick.
Excellent, excellent.
Welcome to the 6 o'clock news. I'm your anchor, Arthur. Any more donuts? Our top story today, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer dead at 53. I know it is sad. Over Barcelona today, the famed reindeer was hit by a flock of seagulls on a 747. Eyewitnesses report that the reindeer in Spain was hit mainly by the plane.
Who's that there, Flounder?
That is Mr. Colin Mockery. He was one of the main ones. Real funny guy.
Blatant Trump-hating liberal is what he is.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him.
Most of them are.
And I think I've seen a little bit of that show. I never really used to watch. I forgot even when it was on.
I never cared for it.
Anyway, but just a little something there for you. Trump's choice for FCC chairman says we're going to change a few things here. Brendan Carr is currently the senior Republican member of the FCC, and he is posting a snippet of their budget request before he takes over. Their budget request, here's what he says. The FCC's most recent budget request said that programming DEI was the agency's second highest strategic goal. Starting next year, the FCC will end its promotion of DEI, says Carr, and pursuing a 100% broadband policy, and that's the only strategic goal coming up. No more DEI. Good Lord. And wait till the Pentagon gets a hold of their DEI stuff, and they're going after those generals who were trying to be in charge of it, too. Guess who's going to get busted and forced into retirement? And they deservedly so. Coming up on 5 o'clock, holy crap, it's sports, and we got it all. The latest on the news and the trials, and Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Look out here.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
Possible Russian retaliation. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. After President Biden signed off on Ukraine's long-standing request to use long-range Western weapons deeper in Russian territory. Fox's Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon.
New details about what appears to be sabotage of crucial undersea cables that connect Germany with Finland and Lithuania and Sweden, all NATO allies. The timing of the suspected sabotage suggests this may be a Russian reaction to the U.S. and NATO allied decision to allow Ukraine to use long-range tactical weapons inside Russia. That, according to a well-placed European diplomat.
A senior U.S. official telling Fox News the decision on longer-range weapons was spurred by Russia's decision to involve North Korean troops in the Ukraine conflict. The UN marking 1,000 days since Russia invaded Ukraine. U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield says support for Ukraine should not be a partisan issue and that a new security assistance package will be announced soon. President Biden pledging $4 billion to a World Bank fund for the world's poorest countries as he attends the G20 summit in Brazil.
I encourage everyone around the table to increase their pledges in December.
Also urging other leaders to usher in a new era of sustainable development during his last major international summit as president. He's asking Congress for nearly $100 billion in emergency aid after Hurricanes Helene and Milton and other disasters. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer.
Homes need to be rebuilt. Schools need to be reopened. Farmers need to help recover their losses from ruined crops. Roads and bridges and railways need funding for repairs. Businesses need loans to get back on their feet.
He says all are running low on federal dollars. Speaker Johnson says Congress will evaluate the request. New York now under a statewide drought watch as dry conditions that helped fuel brush fires persist. America is listening to Fox News.
Madame Giselle senses a change in your future.
Is it a promotion?
I see a door opening.
Ooh, to a corner office?
There's a creature. Beady eyes, lots of hair.
Is it my boss, Dave?
No, raccoons everywhere. Your RV door is open, and they're chewing everything.
Not a problem. I'm covered by Progressive. Do you see a bigger paycheck?
Customize your coverage with Progressive's pest damage protection and be prepared for the unexpected. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Pest damage protection available for RVs less than 6 years old. $250 deductible applies to any claim.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation welcomed U.S. Army Specialist Brent Menard into a new mortgage-free smart home in Florida. Now, while on a road clearance mission in Afghanistan, Brent's vehicle was blown up by an improvised explosive device. Brent became a T4 paraplegic. Tunnel to Towers built him a specially adapted smart home that allows severely injured heroes like Brett to live more independently. We hope you'll donate $11 a month so this great work can continue. Just go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
Let's get it together, ladies. Flip, shoulder, right a blank. Ready on your dog, target. Road guards out. Stand by. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. I do it. 503 with Pete Davis and Flounder on 106.3. And here's the phone number: 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We have Fox News TV on here in the studio, and their lead story is doing the Don. The Trump dance sweeps the sports world. They're showing people, even Axios is saying everybody's celebrating. They're wearing MAGA hats, they're wearing MAGA shirts. And again, just for the fun of it today, I was sick all weekend. I was up all night. Everything, I was bad. Just felt like crap. Horrible. And all of a sudden, I start watching the videos from the weekend. We'll play some of those for you. And the sound of the fight and the Trump appearance and stuff like that. It was just unbelievable. It's a party. It's happiness. And it just struck me that the campaign of joy, these vicious, hate-filled Democrats who were the party of a coup, the party of a one-system, a one-party system. The party was of vicious, racist, slanderous comments about Hitler and fascist and all this kind of stuff. And it turns out that the party of happiness is the Republicans. It's everybody's doing the silly little Trump dance. It's the damnedest thing you ever saw. Anyway, so we'll get into all that kind of stuff here. It's kind of fun. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Also, an update on the Daniel Penny trial and the Laken Riley case. That's also in court. And again, that's a bench trial. And we'll tell you about some testimony on that. First, let's have a little fun today, Flounder. This afternoon, in case you missed it, John Bones Jones. Bones Jones was the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion fighter. He beat this guy over the weekend, celebrated with an homage to President-elect Trump, who was ringside. Jones broke into Donald Trump's signature dance moments after landing a spinning back kick to his ribs to end the fight with a technical knockout, and then danced in the ring. Pro-Trump crowd went nuts. All right, first of all, let's do Flounder. Let's play cut number 3 when Donald Trump makes his appearance at the fight over the weekend.
And ladies and gentlemen, look who is now making his way to the world-famous octagon, flanked by UFC CEO Dana White, 45, soon to be 47, President-elect Donald Trump.
I wish the people at home could hear the sound in this room. It's so loud in here. It is so loud. It's always loud when he comes here, but now that he's won, now that he's the president again, oh my God.
So Donald Trump making his way to watch the UFC, which he absolutely loves, and doing so with some sort of victory lap.
Yeah, some sort of, right. Cut number 2, Flounder, is Bones Jones makes his appearance in a special thing for Donald Trump. And then the new one after that of the crowd going crazy and saying, thank you for being here. 2 and 3, 2 and the next one.
He did the Trump dance.
Doing the dance.
He did the Trump dance. Spinning back kick to the body.
And let's see.
I also want to say a big thank you to President Donald Trump for being here tonight. Can I get a And what do you guys think about my version of the Donald Trump? Check it out. USA, let's go. That's what I like.
You know, I just honestly, it was just something happened. I just have a feeling. I really think this might be a thing. I don't know. I could be wrong. Okay. Do you feel it or not? Do you feel the same kind of thing?
I
going
do,
on?
and then I see the Democrats trying to start World War III by lobbing long-range missiles into Russia.
You know, in fact, I was going to do that later. Let's do it now. Here, I actually have a question. I wrote it down on my daily sheet thing. I actually wrote this question. Okay, now we're sending long-range missiles, and Russia's using North Korean troops. I mean, things are happening. So we probably don't even know much of what's happening. But let me ask you this. Here, a basic, simple question. Okay. If we believe, if Donald Trump is right, that he can solve this war, if he can help end the war, riddle me this, Batman. What do you see as the final outcome of the war in Ukraine? Do you see Russia getting territory? Do you see them just stopping? Do you see Ukraine we'll give you the tip of the thing over at the little, we used to call it the, peninsula thing there. I mean, then what's the point? I mean, it's just, what a waste. Oh my God, this all war is ridiculous. It's all a fight for territory. But I don't see the major impact of the world's events going on over the war in Ukraine and why it would ever be worth what the final result's going to be.
They will have to cede some land. Russia will probably keep Crimea and all that. The problem is, as soon as Trump's out of office and a weak Democrat gets back in, Putin, if he's still alive, will push for Poland and the Baltics. And that will be the major problem right then and there. So we got to get rid of Putin at some point because he's the one pushing this. The Russians are desperate. They're losing demographics. This is their last chance to protect their borders, and that's why they're doing this.
Well, my question was, the follow-up question of that was, if the result of this is some kind of a negotiated settlement where Russia gets a piece of something of Ukraine, Crimea or whatever it is, then all of a sudden NATO has to be saying, oh, now wait a minute. Russia just attacked a country and won. They got something of it. Now, so all of a sudden now is NATO do they bring in more members? Is this start the escalation all over again? I mean, my God, I don't see a good outcome on this.
Russia doesn't want Ukraine for their grain or any of the oil or any of the stuff like that. Russia wants it because it stops the southern invasion route that the Nazis used and others have used to go into Russia. Just like Poland is a northern route, Ukraine's a southern route, and they want to block that. And they won't stop until someone makes them stop.
Well, this is...
And by the way, President Trump has just ordered that if Zelensky comes visits him at the White House, the sumbitch is going to be wearing a suit and tie.
Yeah, no more of this battle gear sweatshirt crap. I mean, I talk about disrespectful. By the way, you notice Fetterman no longer is wearing the stupid hoodie stuff, is he? I don't think I've seen him in a hoodie in a while. Maybe
he says he can't hold up pants because he has no butt. He says that's why he wears what he wears because he can't hold up.
I don't have a
suspenders,
butt either, and I've got one. I'm wearing pants, jean things here.
I know.
Anyway, sorry.
Thanks for showing America your ass.
I used to have a great butt. I'm sorry. I had a great butt. I was a runner, and I had great legs and a great butt, and now I got nothing. Hey, it's the way it goes. I don't care. I'm fine. Well, I'm not fine. I'm very sad. But
it just said you've been up all night.
Again, I can't believe it. I look at the clock. It's 3:33. I try to go back to sleep, and next time I look at the clock, it's 4:44. I'm so... I've done that twice now. Anyway, let's see. Okay. Even Las Vegas Raiders Brock Bowers, the former University of Georgia star football player, after he scored a touchdown, was doing the Trump dance in the end zone. He said, "I've seen everybody do it. I watched the USC fight over the weekend. John Jones did it. I love this stuff. I saw it, thought it was really cool. Other athletes are doing it. It's all over the place." And of course, after Brock Bowers did it, all of a sudden, the Las Vegas Raiders cut off his media availability. When he mentioned he did the dance because he's seen it and everybody seemed to like it, it's not like he said, "Thank God Trump won and that bitch lost." I mean, he didn't say anything about politics. He just said he was doing the dance because it was fun, and they cut him off. Because he didn't want people to be celebrating fun with Trump dancing, I guess. She says, I mean, what's the matter with people? It's over. Just let it go. Be part of it. You know, jeez.
Jason Willock pointed out, NFL has no problem with these guys imitating rappers, pedophile convicted rappers, and doing their gold chain things and stuff in the end zone, but they have a problem with the Trump dance.
In fact, and by the way, coming up after Holy Crap at Sports, one of the greatest pictures I've seen to have fun about this whole thing is the picture of Donald Trump and the son and others and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in front of a Big Mac and fries. And we'll talk about that in a second. First, also, Pete Davis, coming up at Holy Crap at Sports here in a second. I've got a couple of comments and questions about celebration and one of the newer rules in football that I get a kick out of every single time that involves pretty much 10 or 12 players. To try to gain an extra yard. It's all coming up. 5:13, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Holy Crap at Sports. We got Flounder's Funnies and so much more on your happy Monday. Trump wins and the country is happy. Got to love it. Look out.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is XTRA 106.3. We're at XTRA 106.3 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at XTRA 106.3 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
We got coming up, Holy Crap at Sports. Talk about accidents on the football field. Holy moly, good going, Falcons. But first, by the way, if you're in a wreck, seriously, first thing to do, if you're in a car wreck, somebody hits you, whatever, instead of getting into a fist fight, make sure you're okay, take care of business. But then, before you sign anything with anybody, call David Van Sant. His team, Van Sant Law, will make sure that you are protected. Here's the deal. There are a lot of attorneys out there, but David Van Sant's the guy that puts a fear of holy moly into the insurance companies for some. They see his name popping up on the old nameplate with the phone rings. No, I don't want it. Make Mikey take it. David Van Sant, he used to work for the insurance companies. He knows all that stuff. They're not going to pull the wool over his eyes. I mean, he knows all this stuff. Make sure you understand this, too. If you don't get paid, he doesn't get paid. That's fairly important. In other words, he's working for you, period. Whatever you do, don't sign in. And by the way, we love insurance companies. They're great to have, but they don't want to pay more than they have to. And David Van Sant makes sure they pay more than they want to. Happens all the time. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. Here's their phone number. Put it in your phone. 855-GA-INJURY. 855-GA-INJURY. Online, vansantlaw.com.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort for the fall and winter. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your furnace running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. Turn to the experts for your system's maintenance at 770-GET-HEAT or centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Carrier products, carrier warranty, and carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert since 1947 and one of the few second-generation locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Here's a
fantastic holiday gift idea for the cook in your life. Treat them to a day at Southern Thunder Barbecue School, a hands-on cooking experience where you'll learn award-winning technique for cooking melt-in-your-mouth, competition-quality barbecue. Full details online at southernthunderbbq.com.
Shooting drills.
A coach who knows the game can teach their team how to improve, but one who genuinely cares about each player
You have what it takes. We got this.
can inspire them to win. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Because when you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Start feeling unstoppable. Visit truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Get ready for unfiltered conversations on The Janelle King Show, where we tackle the topics that you won't hear at your family gatherings, but they're absolutely crucial for a strong republic. Don't miss us live every Saturday at 3 p.m. and every Sunday at 9 a.m. right here on XTRA 106.3. But if you can't tune in, that's okay. You can catch new episodes every Tuesday on the Podcast Park or wherever you prefer to get your podcasts. Join us for these discussions, and I can't wait to meet you there.
And look out. Our 5 o'clock hour brought to you by Lee Brand Jewelers, where luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit leebrand.com. 5:18. Hey, holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Chargers needed a new head coach. They went out and got Jim Harbaugh. Broncos needed a new head coach. They went and got Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Falcons?
Yeah.
Heck, who's on top of the retread pile? We'll just drag that guy back in here. That's what it feels like today as the Falcons get absolutely humiliated in Denver, 38-6, as they turn former Auburn quarterback Bo Nix into John frickin' Elway. Nix, 28 for 33, 307 yards, 4 touchdowns. Meanwhile, Kirk Cousins looks like he's old. Hard to win in the NFL these days with a quarterback who can barely move. And who'd have thunk using your high draft pick to choose an offensive player who will sit on the bench would somehow negatively affect your defense this season? A season we're being told they're trying to win now. Are you sure about that? Anyway, you ain't winning anything with that defense, especially with all the injuries and no depth in the backfield. And all these highly lauded weapons on offense have been mired in mediocrity the past few weeks. They rushed for a season-low 50 yards yesterday. In his 161 games in his career as a starter, Kirk Cousins failed to throw a touchdown pass in 2 straight games for the first time ever. Amazingly, the Broncos had the ball only 10 seconds more than the Falcons, but still managed to beat them by 32 points. And as for Sean Payton, he continues to be Atlanta's daddy. He's now 22-9 against the Falcons. He is personally responsible for the all-time record between the Saints and Falcons to be tied. We used to have a big lead.
Yes,
remember that?
I do remember that.
Head coach Raheem Morris, and it took a Herculean effort to not call him interim today, says, "Not one game will ever define you. This one game won't define us." True. But what about the other 4 losses? You're now 6-5 in a once promising season on the brink of collapse. This franchise hasn't been to the postseason since 2017. They now have a week before the Chargers and Harbaugh come into town. And last night on Sunday Night Football, the Chargers jumped out to a big lead in the first half over the Bengals since he looked beaten down, just like the Falcons did yesterday. But unlike the Falcons, Cincinnati found some fight at halftime, found their cojones, and came out swinging in the second half to tie the game, came within a whisker of winning it as their quarterback Joe Burrow, who made Kirk Cousins look like a tunnel support, led his team back to the brink of victory. No such fire seen by the Falcons in their second half. But then again, the Falcons have Jim Harbaugh as their head coach now, do they? That's my opinion. We welcome you.
That was a bad game, man. That was just
Same
ugly.
old Falcons.
Ugly.
Man. The Falcons Twitter page posted the nugget of joy that the Falcons are a falcon is the fastest moving animal on earth. They can dive at 200 miles per hour. Please, tell us something we don't know. We've been watching them dive at 200 miles per hour since 1966.
That's not what they meant, sir.
Yeah, I don't think they know what they mean.
Not exactly.
The Aaron Rodgers era with the Jets has now plumbed new depth with their loss to the Colts yesterday by 1 point. Aaron's winning percentage with New York is .333. To put that in perspective, Sam Darnold's was 342 and Zach Wilson's was 364, and they ran them both out of town. He is beyond washed up. I'm sorry.
And they're saying it. I mean, it's looking ugly.
And I like Aaron Rodgers. I like the fact he thinks outside the box. He does things differently. But it's time to go.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
The Hall of Fame ballot is out for Cooperstown. The two big names this year are Ichiro Suzuki and CeCe Sabathia. Former Braves closer Billy Wagner, center fielder Andrew Jones, and catcher Brian McCann are up, along with Carlos Beltran, some first-timers like Felix Hernandez, Dustin Pedroia, Carlos Gonzalez, Curtis Granderson, Adam Jones, Ian Kinsler, Russell Martin, Hanley Ramirez, Fernando Rodney, Troy Tulowitzki, and Ben Zobrist, among others.
Jeez.
I didn't think Jones was a first-timer, Adam Jones, but anyway, that's what they're claiming.
A lot of people there.
Well, yeah, Ichiro gets in. CeCe probably gets in because he was a Yankee. Billy Wagner should be in. Andrew Jones should be in, but he may take another year. And at some point, Brian McCann's going to get serious consideration.
But I remember when Brian McCann showed up here, and we thought, "Holy cow, this guy's a star!"
Hit that home run off Clemens in the playoffs. The Red Sox are talking to Max Fried, and Bleacher Report says the Braves are interested in shortstop Willie Adames, which would be interesting.
Okay.
The big fight Friday night was more like the big fizzle. I know you didn't get to see it. You didn't waste your money.
Yeah.
First of all, Netflix totally incapable of handling all the last-minute new subscribers. Watching it on my big screen, I had to go back into the office. I watched it on my phone, and then I turned it on my Mac, and I could get it on my Mac, but I couldn't get it on the big screen. What made it worse, Netflix bragging about how they were ready for their big moment. Nobody should worry. We've got this. Yeah. Jake Paul came in riding high in a lowrider. Before that, he waltzed in with his girlfriend. I'm telling you, she's a Dutch speed skater. Her name is Judah Leerman. And yeah, I leered, man. Beautiful, tall, blonde Viking. I mean, just striking. Absolutely. Mike Tyson meekly walked in. The only time he didn't look peevish and nervous was when he turned his back on the camera and showed his assless chaps on international television.
Oh, what?
Something else you didn't miss. He didn't have a butt. You could see, but anyway. Everybody thought Iron Mike would come out punching.
Yeah.
No. After a few seconds, you could tell the 58-year-old legs were not there anymore. He could not deliver the punches to him. We had 8 rounds of Paul dancing around, landing punches at will, but not hurting Tyson. Still has the quickness to protect his noggin. Thankfully, just 2-minute rounds. Eddie tweeted, somehow that's not the worst sporting event in AT&T Stadium this season.
Cowboys, yeah.
Cowboy. For the next trick, Netflix would have Jake Paul push George Foreman down a flight of stairs. So.
Babylon B says he's going to exhume Muhammad Ali's body for his next match. And by the way, what did Mike Tyson wear coming in? What was he wearing when he walked into the?
It was walked into the arena. It was kind of like a jacket and everything, but he looked nervous. And when he walked into the arena, he had his pullover. He looked like Bill Belichick coming in with that pullover thing that's ratty. It's a superstitious thing. And he came in almost by himself, and he looked nervous.
I remember the first time I saw Mike Tyson walk into the ring wearing a towel with a hole cut in it. And that was
it.
And that
basically
was it. Yeah, and that was what that was to me said, oh my God, this guy is freaking serious. I mean, there's no rigmarole about this thing, and I guess that that was not the look last night or Friday night, or was that?
It was kind of the look. It looked ratty.
Well,
yeah, it was kind of the look.
But he didn't pull it off.
The only exciting no, he didn't. Well, he pulled it off before he got in the ring, though. Yeah,
that's true.
That's the rules. He has to pull. The only exciting part of the night was the bout right before them. The two women. I'm telling you, it was the best fight I've seen in years. They stood in the ring and pummeled each other bloody. Ooh. The Irish girl opened up a second mouth on the Puerto Rican girl, which kept showing up close. It was like, oh, my God, you can see her skull. But anyway, she kept fighting. They gave up they gave the fight to the Irish woman, Taylor, but the crowd thought Serrano won. They think it's the second time that Taylor's stolen the fight from the judges from the Puerto Rican, so they're going to probably fight a third time. There were 2 reasons to watch the fight. They were both Sydney Thomas.
Oh, the new ring girl? Was that?
The ring girl.
Yeah.
I posted her photo.
I saw that.
Yeah, 20-year-old blonde buxom ring girl. It's amazing what a dab of Crisco in a strategic place can bring out the best of a chest. I'm telling you. I don't know what they smeared on her, Vaseline or something, but good Lord.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah. She's not my type.
Okay.
Well, she's got those. They look uncomfortable. Those boobs look like.
I don't know if they're fake or not because she's young enough for them to be real. I don't know.
I'm just saying they look painful. It looks like they're going to burst.
Sorry to hurt me with them.
I'm just saying.
Speaking of sex, some people still think athletes should not have sex the night before a game. Casey Stengel put it all in perspective when he said, the trouble is not that players have sex the night before a game. It's that they stay out all night looking for it. You got to learn that if you don't get it by midnight, chances are you ain't going to get it. And if you do get it, it ain't worth it.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank you. College football, congratulations to Georgia student Henry Silver, who nailed Pat McAfee's field goal kick during ESPN's College Game Day Saturday, won $800,000.
It's unbelievable.
Then UJ went out and beat Tennessee. Two great signs at game day in Athens. One read, "My girlfriend is expensive here. Send money." Another had to pick a Kirk Herbstreit's dog, Ben, who passed away. The sign read, "Damn good dog, DGD."
I love it.
That was a great sign.
I love it.
And the best thing I saw this weekend, and this will make you cry if you haven't seen it, 100-year-old Colorado fan named Peggy was at the game for the Buffaloes' win over Utah. They put her up on the screen, and 55,000 fans sang her happy birthday as she cried.
Oh, my God.
I'm telling you.
How old was she?
I was tearing up watching. She's 100 years old, and she was just crying as they were singing happy birthday to her. Newly fired Kennesaw State head coach Brian Bohannon still showed up at their home game and greeted all his former players as he walked in. Unbelievable.
Yeah, classy.
Class
it should be.
Kennesaw State has egg on the. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Have they ever said it? No story yet about exactly why they fired him, and then claimed that he wanted to leave, and then he said, "No, I didn't leave. I was fired."
Something's going on. Who knows? Former Longhorns head coach Tom Herman has been fired by Florida Atlantic over just 2 seasons. The Owls were 2-8 this year, 6-16 under Herman, who had winning records in both Texas and with the Houston Cougars before that. Once the hottest assistant coach in America at Ohio State, he's now out of a job again. Wow. 4 college football teams are known as Owls. All 4 fired their coaches this season. Okay. So they weren't very wise. Now, were they when they hired the guys in the first place? Indiana has rewarded head coach Curt Cignetti with a new 8-year contract. He's led the Hoosiers to their first ever 10-win season. Big game in Yankee Stadium Saturday night between undefeated Army and Notre Dame. Also, how crazy is it going to be in College Station when Texas visits A&M? As Peter Burns on ESPN puts it, bitter rivals haven't played each other in over a decade, both battling for a spot in the SEC championship and the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to, Indiana at Ohio State, too, they're going to be playing this weekend. Great games this weekend. Congrats to the Utah high schools with their unique coin toss. A military helicopter hovered above the 50-yard line and dropped the coin. The 2 captains of the teams fought for it. I'm telling you, it's shades of rollerball. I want it in the NFL.
Oh, my God. Actually, rumble at me, trying to get it away from the other guy. Oh, my God. How cool is that?
I love it. And then they need to run it to a side and put it like rollerball, put it in a hole or something.
Doing, and a big old doing go off when it did it.
Absolutely. Today in sports history, November 18th, 1966.
Yeah, I got it.
L.A. Dodgers ace pitcher Sandy Koufax retired, increasing pain in his arthritic left elbow. Just 3 weeks earlier, he had won a record 3rd straight Cy Young Award, or 3rd Cy Young Award. They said that he probably still does. He has to get his left arm tailored where his suit jackets are shorter. It's like Lefty Grove. You see photos of him as an old man. He walking with a crook in his arm.
Yeah. Wow. And as I recall, that was back in the day when he won those Cy Youngs, that there were a Cy Young only one given out for both leagues.
I think for 2 of them, at least.
Yeah. Wow. At 5:30, okay, coming up some more stuff here, Pete Davis, including a couple of sports birthdays and some more sports stuff. And, I remember, Thiesman as in Heisman. That's coming up. Give her Pete and Flounder. 5:30 on 106.3. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, God, don't look at it.
The road from now to Inauguration Day is bound to be littered with fake news and doomsday media, which is why XTRA 106.3 is proud to continue as the conservative voice of Atlanta.
This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before.
The Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, Neil Boritz, local and national decision makers are all coming to the table as we inch closer toward the new Trump administration. We're live every day on 106.3 FM, live video on YouTube, and streaming across Georgia on the XTRA 106.3 app.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand and Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions. Each brand brings savory, sweet deliciousness to every meal. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand and your Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
What if I told you that you could get the engagement ring and wedding bands of your dreams in up to 10 grand in your hand? Jaron Solomon here from Solomon Brothers Jewelers to announce our incredible Takori Bridal event, November 22nd through the 24th at all 3 Solomon Brothers locations. During this event, we will be offering up to $10,000 cash back on your Takori engagement ring and wedding bands, or 3 years interest-free financing. Your choice. Takori will be bringing all new, never-before-seen, handcrafted pieces that you are sure to love. And we're not stopping there. For the first time ever, Solomon Brothers will be including GIA-certified diamonds during this promotion. So put some diamonds on your fingers and up to 10 grand in your hand during our Takori Bridal event, November 22nd through the 24th at all 3 locations, Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. Shop us online at SolomonBrothers.com and on Instagram at Solomon Brothers.
The end of the year is closing in, and with it, another tax year comes to an end. As you prepare to file your taxes, consider the efficiency of your tax strategy. Have you maximized your IRA and Roth contributions? Do you have an RMD strategy in place? Are you making moves now to maximize your future tax-free income? Not only is the year-end fast approaching, but the 2017 tax cuts sunset at the end of 2025, placing many Americans in a higher tax bracket. Don't just report your taxes, plan for them. Contact Master Plan Retirement Consultants now to create a retirement plan specifically designed for you. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation where we can illustrate your retirement outlook and create a plan together for your future. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turf Co. to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turf Co. was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turf Co. to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
Modular and offsite construction is booming. If you are an architect, building engineer, supplier, developer, or contractor, you can't miss the Offsite Construction Summit. Coming to the International Convention Center in Atlanta on November 20th. With the rising cost of traditional building, modular and offsite construction is changing the way companies build. It's quicker, cheaper, and offers a faster ROI. So don't miss the Offsite Construction Summit. Coming to Atlanta on November 20th. Register today at offsiteconstructionnetwork.com. That's offsiteconstructionnetwork.com.
Tune into your new favorite show that's redefining the A to Z's of marketing, The Marketing Madmen. We'll take you behind the scenes of successful campaigns and reveal the strategies that win. We're not just talking about marketing, we're making it happen. From viral content creation to leveraging AI for customer engagement, our experts bring you to the cutting edge of industry. This is your playbook for market dominance. Tune in and transform your approach with actionable tips that could skyrocket your ROI. The Marketing Madmen every Saturday at 4 p.m. right here on XTRA 106.3.
And I got it. Here we go. 536. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and Led Zeppelin. Yeah, Led Zeppelin 3. Number 1 in Britain and America on the album charts. Okay. All right, then I have no idea what he's saying, but that was an unusual album because of its cover art and interior gatefold art was a surreal collection of random images. Behind the front cover was a rotatable laminated card disc, and that was covered with more images, including photos of the band members, which showed through the holes in the cover. The distinctive cover, based on a suggestion of Jimmy Page's, that it should, hold on. Thank you. Jimmy Page suggested it resemble an old-fashioned gardening seed chart. And that's what it was. Excuse me. Sorry. Freaking allergies are still out. It's a change in the seasons. Really bizarre this time of year. As a kid, I used to get ear infections. I ruptured both eardrums probably 20 times. The doctors would tell me. Well, I was in such pain. I would scream for my mommy, and she would come in with a heating pad. Almost every night, every winter, my whole life as a kid. Ear infections were brutal. Anyway, 537, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Oh, Pete Davis, some more birthday stuff here from the sports angle. Our birthday list includes David Ortiz, Big Papi, 49. He's now an analyst for Fox Sports, although he still has a very heavy accent. I would think that he'd probably try to be a little more clear.
Why?
When he's. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I guess I can't say that.
You Anglo.
I'm an Anglo guy. Well, I just, it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger's been here 50 freaking years.
Not to mention he's a sports announcer. You can't understand him.
I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm not offended by it.
Both
It's just,
of you,
it's hard
you
to
racist
understand.
bastards.
You son of a bitch.
It's about skill set. If you can't understand the guy, you can't understand him.
It's like a broadcaster.
I'm not going to sit here and stand.
I don't know about you. Oh, my God. Gary Sheffield is 56 today. They retired Dwight Gooden's nephew. Gary Sheffield is 56 today. And let's see. So a couple of sports history things here, Pete Davis. 1985. Oh, I remember seeing this. Still makes me cringe. Joe Theismann, rhymes with Heisman, was creamed by Lawrence Taylor of the New York Giants and made the Redskins quarterback's leg do some twisting and cracking and breaking and bending and shoving and oh God, it ended Joe Theismann's 12-year career.
To this day, I've never seen it. And I never will.
You don't want to. I made a mistake of accidentally.
Never looked at it.
Oh God,
never.
And by the way, his name was Theismann, and they changed it at Notre Dame to rhyme with Heisman. Joe Theismann became Heisman, but his name was Theismann for the record. That was 1985. It was over. 1949, another first for Jackie Robinson. The Brooklyn Dodger broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball, the first black player to win the National League MVP. And I remember just the other day, 1951, he'll always be the rifleman to me, but Chuck Connors in 1951 this day, the TV star was not only the first NBA player to shatter a backboard. It was in practice. But I mentioned that about a week ago. But as a member of the California Angels, Chuck Connors, the rifleman, was the first player to oppose the Major League Draft. In 1951.
He was a Dodger. I thought he was in the Dodgers.
I think he played both. He was in the Dodger system, and he also apparently played with the Angels. He never made it to the bigs, I don't think, with the Angels, but he was. Maybe it says here he's first major league player, so maybe he did.
When Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier, everybody was afraid because no one knew what would happen when you broke the color barrier. They didn't know if you just disintegrate or explode or what.
Well, no, I don't think that's what they mean by breaking of the barrier. There's like the sound barrier.
No one had ever done it.
Well, no one had ever blown. That's skin color just stayed right the hell there. You know. By the way, they do tan. Did you know that? Also, Pete Davis, two questions, two reactions to two comments here. First of all, I'm being bothered by college receivers in particular celebrating every freaking thing they do. And a guy makes a tackle, a yard in the backfield, and all of a sudden he's jumping up and down and he's doing the Heisman. Oh, God. I mean, it's everywhere. It's every freaking play. There's somebody's doing the Heisman and doing the, me, and doing the buck dance. And jeez. I mean, come on. In college?
Thank you, Dion.
That's just wrong, yeah. And one more thing. I get the biggest kick out of this, and I think it's wrong. And I'm going to mention this because, honestly, if you are of a certain age, you have no idea. I get the biggest kick, and I watch Red Zone, where you see all the touchdowns. And I'll bet you 15% of the rushing touchdowns that are shown every week are when the running back from 3 yards in tries to make it to the line of scrimmage. He's a yard short, and every member of the offensive line and backfield pushes him into the end zone. And there's like 12 guys pushing into the end zone. And they finally made that legal. That was never legal before. You couldn't help a player get, main yardage. I mean,
it's funny.
My God.
The game grew out of rugby, and now it's slowly morphing back into rugby.
I know. And here's the other thing, and another perfect example. As a kid, and again, I'm an old fart and used to, walk to school and stuff, but as a captain of the football team, if you were a lineman and your hands, if you were blocking, and your hands ever came off your chest, you were getting a flag. You had to block with your forearms. I mean, I'm showing you on the video. Well, you couldn't do this. There was no using hands as an offensive lineman. You had to use your elbows and your forearms. And if the guy got around you, he got around you. I mean, they changed everything when they allowed linemen to push. I couldn't believe it.
They were running out of quarterbacks.
Well, yeah, because they were also, you watch Dick Butkus getting a line. Some receiver going over the middle. That'd be the last time clothesline the bastard right in the neck.
Mike Curtis is in right there.
Man, Chuck Bednarik and those guys with
Sam Huff.
Sam Huff and Jimmy Brown. Oh my God, the battles those two had. Holy cow! All right, 5:43. Anyway, give her Pete and Flounder. Well, I just got the biggest kick out of this story, and I think it was over the weekend when there was a picture that went around on Trump Force One or whatever it was of Robert F. Kennedy and Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Donald Trump Jr. and, of course, Speaker Mike Johnson photobombed it. He always gets all these pictures. Anyway, they're sitting around on the plane with a tray, what do you call it, a table filled with McDonald's. Big Macs, quarter pounds with cheese, French fries. I mean, it was unbelievable. And Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is posing with all these McDonald's fat, food things. And I'm telling you, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen because they were laughing and smiling, and it's part of the Trump dance. It's part of the happy dance. It's part of what's happening in America now. And, of course, the liberals are going nuts about it. Oh, I can't believe it. The food that goes in is like poison. So you have a choice between, either giving KFC or Big Macs. When you're lucky, the rest of the stuff I consider edible. Anyway, they were just goofing around about it, and some of the reaction I thought was fairly interesting. The person who leaked this picture and all traces of him have been erased now. Trump gets the employee discount, of course. I want to see evidence of RFK actually biting into that food. Flying on a plane with a Kennedy is kind of ballsy, isn't it? To remember John. And my favorite, making the new gang member do drugs to make sure he's not an undercover cop. I mean, it was funny. It was a funny, hysterical, laughing, good thing. It's perfect. It's perfect.
It's funny. Our whole life, Democrats have hated Big Pharma. Now they love Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Look, as soon as RFK starts putting some of this stuff in the edicts and stuff, how soon would the Democrats suddenly become the biggest offenders of Monsanto?
Yeah. And by the way, RFK Jr. says, I'm not taking away your vaccines. Don't worry. I'm not giving an anti-vaccine order. Everything will be fine, people. We'll see.
How about studying it first, though?
Yeah. How about doing some testing? That'd be good. And by the way, all my family members who had 19 vaccinations and 47 boosters, they all got the They all got the disease.
They got the what?
Thank you. Fourth, it's a 5:45 already, 5:45. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. The Trump song and Tay-Tay, Take It in the Chin, baby, coming up. More on Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Or something like that.
legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
If I had a wish for you, I would wish that you had a friend like Bernie Marcus, the founder of Home Depot, who passed away. What he did for Atlanta and Georgia is unmeasurable. A great man. I'll miss him dearly. So will the entire state.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hurricanes, floods, and war in the Middle East remind us how critical it is to be prepared. Now is the time to visit True Prep and prepare for the worst while hoping for the best. If you're unsure where to start, True Prep's knowledgeable staff is here to assist. True Prep is also your one-stop shop for firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, plus the cheapest ammo in town. Visit True Prep in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth, or they're going to make your life miserable. We all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Kawasaki Parts and Howard Brothers. While your mower might be ready to take a break during the winter months, now is the time to get it ready for next season. At Howard Brothers, they've got genuine Kawasaki parts to keep your machine running at its best all year long. From filters to belts and everything in between, Kawasaki genuine parts are built for performance and to last. Visit Howard Brothers and stock up on parts you can trust and that Howard Brothers customers demand. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Kawasaki and Howard Brothers.
I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but the cold air is coming fast. That means a couple different things to me and you. Energy bills will be rising and company coming over for the holidays. Dan Watkins here with all Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows. It's time to get your house ready for the winter air and your holiday visitors. The good news is that we have you covered for every opening in your home. So call us today to set up a free estimate with one of our amazing sales consultants. They'll help you pick out the perfect garage door, front door, and windows for your home.
Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. It's a great day in America. Congratulations, President Trump, on your decisive victory. And now, another news, the Safe House has the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. And through the end of the year, we're offering huge rebates on all Browning safes. But wait, there's more. All gun safes are sales tax free at Atlanta Safe House. Yes, sales tax free. And remember, folks, don't let a crackhead or an illegal move or deliver your safe. So come down to the showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
What's up, Atlanta? It's Ben Burnett, host of the Weekend Ben Burnett Show. Each and every weekend, right here on Extra 106.3, we unpack all the week's events. We talk about all the issues with a local Atlanta-based flavor. You can catch me each and every weekend, Saturdays at 2 and Sundays at noon. If you ever miss an episode, you can go to the podcast park or wherever you download all of your content, and I'll be right there. Thanks for listening to the Ben Burnett Show, proudly brought to you by Butler Snow.
Bum, 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 the old Beatles, the Kimmer Beatles. Love it.
Last night I said these words to my girl.
Bum, 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 bum.
I know you
1963. The Beatles. Dun, 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 dun. Come on. I love these stupid songs, God. I'm having a flashback to when I was happy teenager. Actually, I wasn't happy teenager. I wanted a girlfriend and didn't get one, and I was miserable. But that's another story. The Beatles got silver LP discs for Please Please Me, and with the Beatles at a ceremony at EMI in London, 1963 on this day. They got a silver EP for the Twist and Shout, a single silver for She Loves You. The band that went to a cocktail party and lunch at the EMI boardroom, executives and guests. And I remember I did in my history thing about an hour ago, it was also on this day in 1963, the NBC News program, Huntley Brinkley, was the first to report actual video footage of the Beatles at a concert, which is when they said maybe the reason for their popularity is nobody can understand or hear what they're saying, what they're singing, because it's so loud. Anyway, our birthday list includes Kevin Nealon, 71. I never liked him on SNL when he did the news guy. I liked the man, but I wasn't very good at it. He was Doug Wilson on Weeds, Matt LeBlanc's older brother on Man with a Plan. Kevin Nealon, 71. You remember Susan Sullivan? She was on Another World and Falcon Crest. Susan Sullivan, the blonde, handsome woman, 82 years old today. And, on this day in 1929, Flounder, a little audio historical note, if you will, sir. 1929, Steamboat Willie premiered. Starring Mickey Mouse, which is why this is considered his official birthday. By the way, Walt Disney himself did the original voice of Mickey Mouse, and he originally called him Mortimer Mouse. His wife said, that's stupid, it's stuffy. Why don't you change it to Mickey? He says, okay, so that's how Mickey Mouse became not longer Mortimer Mouse, but Mickey Mouse.
Hey, Minnie, you want to come over to my place?
1928, 29, 26, 28, 1928. Oh, goodness. 5:52, God, I can't believe it. Okay, let's have a little fun. The Democrats are coming around, and again, every time I hear somebody like this, play cut number one here, Flounder, Stephen A. Smith and all the others, where were you from day one when the Democrats came up with this coup plan to get rid of their own guy and put Carmella in there with their platform of ridiculous ideas? Stephen A. Smith looks back and says, you knew you were going to get killed. You should have known back then. Number one, sir.
All these celebrities, Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, Oprah.
If we don't show up tomorrow, it is entirely possible that we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again.
Oh, my God.
You're going to look an audience in the face and you're going to tell them that if you vote for Donald Trump, you may not ever be able to cast a vote again. Who believed that? Who believed that coming from Oprah? Truly, who believed that? This is the kind of stuff
end of our democracy
that alienates an electorate, that alienates a vote or a voter. Because the freedom that you tell them they have, you try to confiscate morally by letting them know you ain't worth a damn unless you vote the way we say you should vote. Who's going to go for that? In a general election, with an economy rife with inflation, with over 12 million people coming crossing the borders, with people wondering about their dollars, the dollars that they earn, the dollars that they have in their pocket, the value of that dollar dissipating before our very eyes. But in the same breath, you're telling them that you got to take even more money out of their pocket to finance immigrants that come across the border illegally at the behest of the Democratic Party looking to secure a voting bloc. Did you think that would work? Did you think that would work?
You sure about that? You sure about that?
I mean, seriously, who thought any of their platform ideas were a good idea? I mean, I just can't believe it.
He's running for office at some point. You know that.
Oh, Stephen A. Smith. Good.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll bet he'll be great. I'll bet it'll be a funny. I'll bet it'll be a great campaign, left, right, middle, whatever. God knows what he's going to label himself. Obviously a leftist, but still
he'll be a
new modern Democrat, maybe kind of a back the old Southern Democrat, middle of the road kind of common sense kind of a guy.
Won't be that.
Well, but again, he's saying he's talking about stupid gender things and all those idiot ideas. Those are middle of the road ideas.
He's not stupid.
Yeah.
He does hyperbole a lot. But he ain't stupid.
Yeah. Anyway, be glad. 555. Flounder, let's do cut number 4. The happy spreadings. You remember they were the campaign of joy. The vicious Democrats who are much haters, dividers, and just naysayers, slanderers. The campaign of happy is Donald Trump. And some losers on CNN couldn't help doing the play-by-play of the Fuhrer taking about to take office. Flounder number 4.
And it really looks like ancient Rome here. This is sort of the conquering Republican Caesar who's going into the Colosseum.
Yes.
Everyone's cheering, and he's
correct.
got his political gladiators with him. That appearance isn't just about him enjoying the applause. He's sending a message to the Senate. For sure. Like, not only are you entertained, but these are my people, and are you willing to fight? Because here's who I have.
Are any of us surprised by this? I feel like for anybody who has been covering Trump's campaign or his movement the past few years, these picks, sure, they're raising eyebrows, to say the least, but
familiar character.
Yes, exactly. They've been with him at all these rallies. They've played a key role in where he's at now.
Yeah, well.
Sounds like they're all in agreement.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable. They all realize, well, yeah, this was stupid of us to be doing all this. I mean, my God. Jeez. Oh, 556. All right, what about, let's do the Trump. Can we do the Trump song, Flounder? And by the way, like half the women between 18 and 49 voted for Trump. So Taylor Swift may not have had much effect. Here's Donald's takeoff on Tay-Tay, if you will.
Taylor, it's done. Just thought I'd check in. I know that you're not used to being on the losing side. You should have voted more like Patrick's wife. Shut up, Brittany.
Mahomes.
Make no mistake, Travis is secretly happy. His brother, too, albeit a little snappy, smashed the phone. It sucks to have your fuse publicly blown. Don't blame me, Kels. Oh, this could come as a shocker, but I do love women. How'd you think I managed to secure the finest one? You need to step outside your bubble, take a big old whiff of dawn. Oh, Taylor, don't you feel silly falling for the blatant lies? Kamala tricked you with shit pouring out her ass. I'll be the president, you'll be a singer. It's a Trump story, pardon this.
Donald Trump. And by the way, the Carmela Side Piece campaign did not pay Oprah Winfrey's company $1 million. They paid Oprah Winfrey's company $2.5 million. And Oprah said, I didn't take any money. Yeah, you also didn't let her do it for free either. You didn't let your company take the money for it. You charged her. I mean, so screw you. You're all a bunch of freaking phonies. God, I hate these people. I swear to God, I just hate these people. Almost 5:58. Holy smokes. How about one more shot here, Flounder, for the lovely sub-sisters, Stacy and Shannon.
What she said.
At Nucky's Hoagies. One for the team, baby. What do you got?
I noticed this in the South. They're building a lot of new homes and subdivisions, but in some of the titles of the neighborhoods, they have the word plantation. I don't know about you. I can't live on a plantation. We tried that already one time. That didn't work out quite so well. I was at the parade of homes with my wife. They had something in the window I wasn't familiar with. So I asked my wife, I said, hey, what are those called? She said, oh, those are called plantation shutters. I was like, I guess we won't be getting any of those. The word plantation makes me shudder. So y'all ain't got no freedom blinds up in here?
Freedom.
No, I have a dream drapes. Y'all have the civil right curtains around.
Mr. Mike Goodwin right there.
Mike Goodwin. And by the way, the Babylon Beast says Carmela Harris is now calling Dave Ramsey's show for advice after blowing $1 billion in 3 months, ladies and gentlemen. Trump worried everybody's going to quit before he can tell them you're fired coming up there. And RFK Jr. is being jumped in a dark alley by Count Chocula and Chester Cheetah and the Kool-Aid Man. They're starting. What's her?
We had that one Friday.
Did that Friday, did we? Anyway, can repeat, Flounder. I got to go. You're killing me. I don't remember that far back. I remember I had for breakfast. Christine, sing me home, baby boys. Tomorrow we do it again. Hoorah. Bye-bye, baby. Sing me.
Start your day the right way with Tug, Rhino, and Los on the Morning Extra. Every morning from 6 to 10 a.m. on WFOM Marietta, Extra 106.3.